We're talking with Jay Long, Director of Commercial Insurance at Girardi Insurance Hill Group. Jay, tell us about the acquisition.
We are the Hill Group. Girardi Insurance is a part of the Hill Group Companies, which is a national agency with markets throughout the country. We now have access to additional resources, additional carrier markets that really put us in a place to succeed going forward. Girardi Insurance was around for over 100 years, and we're looking to be around for the next 100 years.
And how's it working out?
Our merger happened several years ago. Customer service with the Hill Group is basically unchanged from Girardi Insurance. If you walked into our office, it's the same faces. And to the customer, it is seamless. But what has improved is that we have state-of-the-art technology, almost unlimited market availability, but above all, we are still driven to keep improving to help provide better advice, guidance, and refining our overall customer experience. The great piece about the Hill Group is that it allows us to continue to have our local relationships, commitment to the community.
We're talking with Jay Long, Director of Commercial Insurance at Girardi Insurance Hill Group. Jay, tell us about the acquisition.
We are the Hill Group. Girardi Insurance is a part of the Hill Group Companies, which is a national agency with markets throughout the country. We now have access to additional resources, additional carrier markets that really put us in a place to succeed going forward. Girardi Insurance was around for over 100 years, and we're looking to be around for the next 100 years.
And how's it working out?
Our merger happened several years ago. Customer service with the Hill Group is basically unchanged from Girardi Insurance. If you walked into our office, it's the same faces. And to the customer, it is seamless. But what has improved is that we have state-of-the-art technology, almost unlimited market availability, but above all, we are still driven to keep improving to help provide better advice, guidance, and refining our overall customer experience. The great piece about the Hill Group is that it allows us to continue to have our local relationships, commitment to the community, and national resources.
Girardi Insurance Hill Group. Call 860-928-7771. See them online at girardionline.com.
And you are looking live at the Yon Ice Rink here at the Pomfret School, where today the Woodstock Academy Centaurs girls ice hockey team, the cooperative team, takes on the Simsbury Trojans beginning at 10:30. Mark Allard?
Dan Vogt?
Yes, we're both here. And we are just getting ready to do the broadcast. And tell you, Dan, I mean, we're going to take a little break here. We're not starting it right now. We're just doing some testing, but looking forward to some hockey today.
Absolutely. It's hockey weather outside, too. I think slow arriving crowd here, but I'm excited to get started.
Yeah, because guess what? It'll be quicker to get warmer later. It is cold in the rink. Bundle up. Okay, it's the Woodstock Academy Centaurs cooperative girls ice hockey team taking on the Simsbury Trojans. The home opener on this Saturday will be with you in about, 15 minutes.
This is Woodstock Academy Live.
Today's game is brought to you by Busquets Appliances and Danielson and Willimantic. The O'Brien Group, a financial advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services, LLC. Girardi Insurance Services. The Mansion at Bald Hill.
Jewett City Savings Bank with offices in Brooklyn, Dayville, Plainfield, Preston, Putnam, Pawcatuck, and Jewett City. Member FDIC.
And Ocontrabar Productions, LLC.
He'll pick it up at the 15. He's up to the 20-yard line, to the 25, to the 30, the 35, 40, 45, 50. He could go all the way. Touchdown, Centaurs. Set to serve from the Cadets. Sends it over. Ladd. This is Gronsky over on the outside. Bateau through the block. Lets it go. Here's a shot. The score for Woodstock Academy. Macy Rawson, Karina Rockland, number 8, Zamodio. That ball goes all the way down to the Woods doing defend. His right front, Rodriguez Arenas, a great goal off of a nice feed. Back to Picorni, she's got a break. Picorni coming in, Picorni over to Dowdle, and a goal! Maybe yes for Woodstock Academy. Ball is coming loose, coming down. Here comes Leah Costa, one-on-one with Sturman, a goal for Woodstock Academy, Leah Costa. And we'll welcome you to the Jan Ice Rink here at the Pomfret School as we open the season for the Woodstock Academy Centaurs on their home ice. They have played one game out in Hamden, but they come home today to take on the Simsbury Trojans on this Saturday morning. Mark Allard, Dan Vogt, along with you live from the Jan Ice Rink. And Dan, it's always exciting, a brand new year, a brand new season. Winter starts for us today.
Yeah, kicking off the winter sports season here. Always exciting to have your home opener, and should be a good one today.
The Centaurs opened up against Hampton just a couple of days ago on Wednesday. They lost to Hampton by a score of 4-2, but there was some positives here. They had a 2-0 lead in that first period.
Yeah, talking to Jeff Boschka, he said that he was very impressed with the way they skated. Just a little bit ran out of gas at the end, but they're a little deeper this year, and that should be less of a problem. I think they're pretty optimistic of the season coming up here.
And that's the whole thing. I think that they do have, and we had talked to Coach Eric Roy as well, they have 3 lines this year, which is a luxury for the Centaurs. They really haven't had that in the past, and now they have 3 lines to play with, and we all know it helps when it comes to you get gassed playing hockey.
No doubt. It's an exhausting sport. They got 3 lines. They also have 3 goalies now this year, and I think they're excited and probably really excited to kick things off here today on their home ice.
I think they are. There's no question about that as the Trojans from Simsbury come in with a 1-0-1 record. They have beaten Avon this year by a score of 3-2. They tied Fairfield Ludlow 5-5. It's interesting because girls hockey could actually start the season back on December 4th. The Centaurs didn't start, of course, until this past week, but some teams started earlier than that. It's one of the earliest starting sports in the CIAC.
Yeah, and a team that Woodstock has seen twice last year. I believe they split with them last year. One of the 4 wins was against Simsbury, so sort of a known opponent. They have a similar colors, I noticed.
Yeah, this could be problematic for us. We got to remember that Woodstock Academy is mostly white in addition to the navy blue and gold, and Simsbury is mostly navy blue and gold as opposed to the white. So that's what we've got today. We've got the starting lineups coming up in just a moment when we return to the Jan Ice Rink right after this.
We're talking with Jay Long, Director of Commercial Insurance at Girardi Insurance Hill Group. Jay, tell us about the acquisition.
We are the Hill Group. Girardi Insurance is a part of the Hill Group Companies, which is a national agency with markets throughout the country. We now have access to additional resources, additional carrier markets that really put us in a place to succeed going forward. Girardi Insurance was around for over 100 years, and we're looking to be around for the next 100 years.
And how's it working out?
Our merger happened several years ago. Customer service with the Hill Group is basically unchanged from Girardi Insurance. If you walked into our office, it's the same faces, and to the customer, it is seamless. But what has improved is that we have state-of-the-art technology, almost unlimited market availability, but above all, we are still driven to keep improving to help provide better advice, guidance, and refining our overall customer experience. The great piece about the Hill Group is that it allows us to continue to have our local relationships, commitment to the community, and national resources.
Girardi Insurance Hill Group. Call 860-928-7771. See them online at girardionline.com.
Hi, this is Jeff Busquet.
And Kaylin Busquet of Steve Busquet's Appliance and TV, your hometown appliance store. We've been committed to providing the lowest prices and best customer service in the area for over 35 years, and we are excited to continue this tradition at our newest location, now open at 600 Main Street in Willimantic. We carry and service your favorite and most trusted brands of appliances, TVs, and furniture.
We know you've all heard about back orders in the appliance industry, but at Busquets, our salespeople can find you what you're looking for in stock and ready to be delivered. Amana washers and dryers are only $4.89 each. Whirlpool front-load washers and dryers are only $8.49 each and can handle a king-size comforter. Frigidaire 18 cubic foot refrigerators are only $6.75. And just arriving, a new batch of Scratch and Dent appliances at our Willimantic store. Scratch and Dent are brand new with a full warranty. We have 18 cubic foot refrigerators for $5.99. Side-by-side refrigerators start at $8.99. And remember, at Busquets, we service everything we sell and take a year to pay interest-free.
Check us out at one of our locations in Danielson and Willimantic or online at busquetsappliance.com. Pay more, what for?
And we're back with you at the Jan Ice Rink here at the Pomfret School, getting ready for the start. The Woodstock Academy Centaurs taking on the Trojans from Simsbury. And by the way, Steve Busquets Appliances in TV in Danielson and Willimantic. Great sales for the holiday season going on now. Just stop on by in either Danielson or Willimantic. We're going to be turning it over to Athletic Director Sean Saucier, who is going to be doing our starting lineups today as we get ready for this one. Hope you're going to sit back and enjoy yourself in a nice, cozy, warm environment, because we're not exactly enjoying that. It's better than it has been in the past. I'm going to be.
It is a little bit warmer than it has
bad.
been. Yeah,
it could be worse, as the saying goes. But outside, it's pretty frigid. Let's put it that way. So we are set for the starting lineups here at the Jan Ice Rink. We're going to turn it over to Woodstock Academy Athletic Director, Mr. Sean Saucier.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Jan Rink at Pomfret School for this morning's girls hockey game featuring the Trojans from Simsbury High School and your Woodstock Academy Cooperative. The Woodstock Academy and the CIAC have pledged to make our athletic events an enjoyable and safe environment for all fans, players, and officials involved in the contest. Therefore, the Woodstock Academy expects that all of our fans will refrain from the use of profanity, abusive cheers, and the taunting of any player, coach, or official. We thank you for your cooperation, and we thank you for helping to create a positive high school athletic environment. And now let's meet the starting lineups for this morning's game. First, the visitors, the Trojans from Simsbury. A forward, number 9, Tessa Stralis. A forward, number 7, Rose Calabro. A forward, number 4, Nora Walsh. Playing defense, number 6, Grace Jacobs. Playing defense, number 21, Cece Mutarelli. And in goal for the Trojans is number 1, Georgia Calabro. The Trojans are coached by Jim McCormick and assisted by Nicole Canoyer. And now the starting lineup for the Centaurs Co-op. Playing defense, number 24, Avery Nielsen. On the wing, number 22, Sophia Govea. In the center, number 8, Ellery Sampson. Playing defense, number 5, Sophia Bonner. On the wing, number 4, Z King Biondo. And in goal for the Centaurs, number 1, Josephine Hatch. The Centaurs are coached by Eric Roy, assisted by Jeff Boschka, Neil Robinson, Sam Rooney, and Kim Shepard. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please rise if you are able. Remove your headwear and direct your attention to the flag as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
And, of course, the playing of the national anthem means I only have one more question for Coach Vogt. Are you ready for a first time this year for some hockey on this Saturday?
I am, Mark. Very excited to kick off this winter sports season.
That's ready. And it does feel like winter. Let me put it this way. Officially, not winter. Unofficially, oh yeah, it's winter. As we are set to go here at the Jan Ice Rink, interestingly enough, we have mentioned, of course, Woodstock Academy being a cooperative, and obviously that means a host of players from a host of different schools. From Stonington, let's see, the starters for this year come from Stonington, 2 of them from Stonington, 1 from East Lyme, 1 from Woodstock Academy, another from Woodstock Academy, and 1 from Wheeler. So 2 Stonington, 2 Woodstock Academy, 1 East Lyme, and 1 Wheeler.
I think that can take a little time sometimes to gel with people you don't know as well, different towns, and only 2 seniors on the team as well. So,
but the nice thing is a lot of them have played for the past couple of years, so they're starting to get to know one another. Let's put it that way. And hopefully that will pay off now. Ireland Wilford scored one of the goals from NFA in the first game, and the other was by Sophia Govea. And Govea, of course, comes in as the leading scorer from just a year ago
last year,
with 10 goals and 3 assists. So we're set to go. Ellery Sampson, who was our guest yesterday on Sports Communications Winter Preview Show with Macy Karate of the Woodstock Academy girls hockey team, still up there on YouTube. That's a shameless promotion. That's what it's called. So Ellery Sampson set to go, and stepping in will be Nora Walsh. The puck is down, and we are underway here at the Jan Ice Rink. And, well, maybe. The puck is stuck in the center circle.
Right
It's kind of stuck. And it's bringing it down now is Rose Calabro. She's stuck against the boards. Picked up there by the Centaurs, knocked back in by the Trojans. Working along that far side, the defense for the Trojans trying to bring it on out of there. Grace Jacobs right in front of us. Checked a little bit on that play by Macy Karate. Actually by number 22. That was Sophia Govea who came over. As a shot is sent in, and Josie Hatch kind of sits on that one. First shot, first save here in the first period. Came all of 31 seconds into this first period. Face off just to the left side of Hatch. Puck goes over to this near side boards. Bounced into the corner where it'll be bounced back out and over the blue line. And here come the Centaurs, at least briefly anyway. Riley Faber had it. Back over the blue line and into the center circle. Sent in and wide. Was it wide? Did it go in? Yeah. It went in. I thought it was over the top. It went into the upper left corner. Juliet Hammer scores for Woodstock, firing it right over the top of the keep.
Goalie for Simsbury never even saw it.
I thought it was wide. But it was a goal unassisted by Juliet Hammer. No question about that. That was hard to tell. It was right over the shoulder. 1-0 in favor of Woodstock Academy.
I'm not sure if she was just trying to dump it in, and it just ended up going on goal, but the goalie never even saw it.
That one was knocked aside by Josie Hatch. And back come the Centaurs. 1-0 they lead. That goal coming all of 48 seconds is another stop and a shot and save by the Centaurs. All of 48 seconds into this game. So Juliet Hammer gets her first goal of the year. 3 goals and 2 assists last year for the Ledyard player. Well, now she has her first this year.
Yep. And
face off just to the left side of Phelan. They send it in.
The captain of the team.
Picked up there by Nora Walsh. Here comes the Woodstock defense, though, to the rescue. Sent down this near side by Sophia Bonner. Right in front of us is Macy Karate. Tried to get it ahead to Avery Cairns. It stepped back the other way and over the blue line. Chasing after will be Bonner. Bonner will get a hold of it first. Well, maybe not. Actually, Simsbury got there first. They sent it out to the point. Sent back in by Mutarelli. Picked up there by the Centaurs. Back close to the blue line, and back they come. Poked ahead by Ireland Wilford. Poked away from her. Chasing after it will be Hammer. Back behind her own net. Sends it around the backside boards, where it's picked up again by the Centaurs. Launched in, however, by the Trojans, and a save by Hatch. She's been a little bit busy over there.
Yeah.
It's the third shot already in the first 2 minutes by Simsbury.
Choosing this to cover it up, play it safe.
Face off to the right side of Hatch now. Coming over to take it for the Centaurs will be Carnes. And the Trojans win that one. Back out to the point. Sent in right in front, and Hatch is going to cover that one up as well. That one was just launched in there by Mutarelli, kind of from outside, and just sent it in. Hatch was able to easily cover.
Yeah, Hatch just a freshman.
You know, this season, our broadcast season started just like the football season did.
Yes.
Well, that puck is
early action.
Early action. That puck is sent in and kind of tossed aside by Hatch. Yeah. Gabe Luperon, 85-yard kickoff return for a touchdown on the first play of the home opener for the season for football. Here, 48 seconds in, you got a goal. 1-0 lead for Woodstock Academy. And it's been good for the home team in both occasions. Shot and save that time. Little backhand by Simsbury was picked off by Josie Hatch.
You're right. Hatch is busy early
here.
Yeah,
Curtis took that shot. 4 shots already. And the face-off to the left side of Hatch. Puck goes down, picked up by Simsbury. They send it back. Juliet Hammer will get it along the backside, the far side boards, along the end. Picked up there, Simsbury back over the center circle. Sent back in by Nora Walsh, back outside, and back the other way comes Simsbury. Grace Jacobs with it. Simsbury has been a little bit, somewhat dominant as far as the offense is concerned.
Yeah, they've had the puck down there the majority of the first period so
far.
Back
come the Centaurs. As they try to bring it over, it was Mia Auger on the puck. Sung along those far side boards. 2 Trojans, 1 Centaur. Trojans win out. Rose Calabro on the puck. Picked off there by the Centaurs and sent back in by Bailey Bowman. Back behind the net, Phelan just watching it. Be picked up there along these near side boards. The Centaurs still in possession. They work it around and they send it down. And actually, I think that's Georgia Calabro, not Phelan in goal. We're just double checking that. As the puck is taken away back behind the net, picked up there by Sophia Bonner. Bonner back over the blue line, picked up at center ice. Cameron Petrus for Simsbury. Back behind the net, works it. That's Mia Auger on it. Auger kind of got checked on the play. Lucy Trudeau coming over to give some helping hand. Picked up there by Simsbury, sent back in by Mutarelli from the point. Back behind the net. Picked up there by Simsbury. And that one picked off by the Centaur. Sent in, just deflected before it got to Hatch. Over to the near side board. Picked up there by the Centaurs. And here comes the Trojans out of that mess. Another deflection before it got to Hatch off the shot by Curtis. Not really a shot, never got there. From the point it sent in, that one did get there, got away. But the rebound fortunately bounced well away from the keep on that one.
Woodstock finally able to clear.
It's the 5th shot for the Trojans today. On it is Cameron Petrus. Petrus is checked on the play, and they have to cover up as coming in for the Centaurs with Sofia Govea coming right in on Calabro. And she had to just cover it up. That puck kind of bounded away.
Yep.
Face off to the right side of Calabro. Come down to Hammer. Same place she scored from last time, and this time they cover it up. That's the same shot.
Yeah.
Or then this time was a low runner.
Looked like Sampson had a little bit of a deflection there.
Yep.
Not quite enough on it.
So it'll be a face-off again to the right side of Hatch. Puck is down to the back side of the net. Chasing after it will be Simsbury. Trying to get it back over their own blue line. They cannot. Deflected off the shot by Zeking Biondo. Poked back in, knocked away by Simsbury. Chasing after it. Jacobs, first one to the puck. Knocked off of it by Ellery Sampson.
Maybe
and a call along, maybe it was tied up along that side. Well, wait and see. It is a penalty. It'll go against Sampson. Hooking on Ellery Sampson, our first penalty today. So Sampson gets the hook call at 9:34 here in the first period. 1-0. Centaurs leading Simsbury on the goal, unassisted goal by Juliet Hammer.
Woodstock's going to have to bear down here.
First time on the power play for Simsbury. They send it into the back, back in the front now, and Curtis took the shot, and Hatch was able to cover it up. Curtis coming in from that left side just kind of shoveled one in there. Hatch did a nice job of taking it down.
Yeah, Hatch doing a nice job, make sure nothing sneaks through the legs.
Berger on the face-off for Simsbury. He'll come over to this near side. Puck comes out to the point, sent back in behind the net. Berger goes after it and comes up with it for Simsbury. Back behind the net, looking for a teammate. Back in front, Berger kind of shifted around, sent back in. That was deflected. Both of them deflected by defensemen. Neither of them got to Hatch. Centaurs trying to break out on a shorthanded situation. Here comes Macy Karate. Karate tries to turn. A save by Calabro on the shot by Karate.
Nice shorthanded opportunity there by Karate.
Exactly.
Tried to go top shelf.
Here comes the Trojans with Berger. Berger back behind the net. Tied up back there. Puck comes loose. Another tie up back there. And we have another call. Delayed one. It'll go against the Centaurs. That's a shot and save. And it's against the Centaurs, I do believe.
Yeah, they're going to be two players down for 59 seconds.
Yeah. Because they're going to get a hooking call against Macy Karate now at the 8:34 mark. So for a minute, it's a 5-on-3 here.
With two of Woodstock's best players in the penalty box.
Both for hooking calls. And all of a minute apart exactly. Figure that one out. Face-off is to the left side of Hatch. Tough scenario here for the Centaurs. Facing a two-man disadvantage. Right now, the whole thing is get it down the ice and fling it for a minute at least. It's over in that corner. Coming out of it was Curtis. Tossed it did not get to Curtis, to a Hatch. It went to the side. Picked up there by Simsbury. Back out to the point. Mutarelli back around, firing it in. Hatch had to make the save on that one and the save on the rebound as well. And the Centaurs are able to clear.
Big clear there.
Yep. Hatch was able to stop the shot by Petrus and also the one that followed off the rebound. So here comes Petrus right in front of us. Petrus is tied up. It's picked up by Curtis. Petrus goes down on the play, tied up by Biondo. Back come the Centaurs. They just wing it down the ice. And, of course, that's what you do. There's no icing when you have this kind of scenario. Here comes Jacobs for Simsbury. 6 seconds left in the two-man advantage. Firing around the corner. Hatch is there to knock it aside. Just kind of shut down that corner on her. Now it's a 5-on-4 as Sampson is back on the ice. They've killed off one of the penalties anyway. They have another minute to go back to no advantage at all. Simsbury now has 10 shots. Simsbury works it back out to the point to Mutarelli, sends it back in. Trying to work around that defense. Picked up and behind the net. Hatch is just watching that go around. Never got to her. They do a nice job of sending it up the ice.
Sampson with the clear.
30 seconds left in the power play for Simsbury. Mutarelli comes up on the puck. Brings it over the blue line over center ice. Mutarelli into Woodstock's end. Picked up there by Jacobs. Jacobs is checked on the play by Govea.
Nice job by Govea there, shutting that down.
Berger back behind the blue line, back into center ice area. Picked up there by Simsbury. Berger gets it back and will bring it down. Looks at Hatch, sends it in, and a save again by Hatch. Hatch has been
very busy.
Solid.
Yeah, very solid.
Solid and busy, both. I would qualify that as.
And they killed it.
They did. Power play is over. It was a 5-on-3 for a minute, a 5-on-4 for another minute, and the Centaurs have been effectively killed it.
Yeah, that was a big stand there by the Centaurs.
Absolutely. Avery Carnes on the face-off. It comes back out to the point, sent back in by Jacobs. Simsbury still has had the majority of the possession. If you had time of possession, if we kept that, I think Simsbury probably has the advantage.
Woodstock winning where it counts, though, on the scoreboard.
That's what matters. That puck goes by everybody. It'll go back into the Simsbury end, where it'll be picked up there by Petrus. Petrus over to this near side boards. Puck comes loose back behind the net as Calabro watches it go by. This is Centaurs. Is this Govea? Nope, that was, I should say, number 10. It was Wilford, yes, who came out of there, but it got taken off her stick, sent all the way down, and because multiple people touched it, no icing call. Here's Gursky, Evangeline Gursky, trying to actually move over to number 17, Mia Auger. Picked up there by Simsbury in the center ice. Rose Calabro on the pickup. Juliet Hammer, who owns the only goal here so far today with 5:28 to go in the first period. Back along the boards, back behind the net. Being picked up there. Trying to work out of there by the Centaurs. Back around, is picked up and sent the other way by Wilford. Paige Hinckley out there as well. Hinckley I had as number 15. She's wearing number 16 today. That's interesting. Well, not only that, the beginning of the game was kind of interesting as we go back to an icing. We had 4 Centaurs in one box and the rest of the team in the other as far as where the team was going to sit. So the Centaurs have decided to go to the right side as opposed to the normal left side, which is interesting. So the face-off will be just to the right side of Hatch, picked up there by Simsbury, sent in, but it was deflected. Over to the near side board, still in the Woodstock end. Picked up there by Woodstock Academy. Grace Leskolt trying to come out of there. Falls down. Dives down more than falls down, I think is what it was. Nora Walsh picks that up for Simsbury. Checked on the play. Back to the blue line.
Under 5 minutes here.
Petrus to Mutarelli. And they get it over to Walsh. Again in that corner. Gets tied up by a couple of Centaurs. Actually, it's Curtis trying to work her way out of that mess. Now Walsh comes over as well. Curtis on the puck. Tried to work it behind the net, then decided to turn direction a little bit. Picked up by the Centaurs, Grace Leskolt. She of the flying swan dive earlier. As the puck goes back behind the net, here's Juliet Hammer. Uses the board, hopefully to her advantage, but it stays in the Woodstock end, briefly anyway. As Petrus could not keep it in, the puck goes down, icing is waved off, and the Trojans go after it. Trying to reset from their own defensive side where they haven't really had much occupation. Let's put it that way. When the Zamboni goes through it, they're going to have to do a lot of work on the right side. But Woodstock Academy has the only goal so far today. As with the puck there was Curtis, lost it, picked up by the Centaurs. Gouveia brings it up the ice. 1-on-3. Those are not good odds, but Gouveia flips it ahead and gets it back behind the net. Gouveia trying to work her way clean here, could not. Picked up by the Trojans. Petrus sends it down the ice. Sent in again by Simsbury as it worked its way back behind the Woodstock net. A little bit more activity right now. A little poke that kind of got, I think, hit Hatch and bounced up in the air and went over to the near side. 12 shot, 12 save for Simsbury and the Centaurs. Sent in from the point wide. Picked up there by the Trojans. Back on the other side. 1-on-3. The Centaurs win that battle. But the puck is kept on the near end briefly. Picked up here by the Trojans. Catherine Nigro brings it over center ice. On it, briefly anyway, for the Centaurs was Bailey Bowman. Sent back in. That'll go wide of Hatch. That's not a save as she was just pushing it along, and the shot by Morgan Oling. Keeping it in the Woodstock end is Simsbury. Oling going after it. Deep in the corner to the left side of Hatch. The action continues. Trying to bring it up is Simsbury, or is Woodstock. Cannot really get out of their own end right now. Fighting to get out of their own end.
Yeah, that puck's been down there.
It has been.
The majority of this entire period.
Oling cannot control that one. And right in front of us is Mutarelli, who sends it down the ice. Hammer trying to get on that one first. Will not get there first. But she'll get there second and go down and take down the person who did get there first. 1:48 left here, first period. 1-0 Woodstock Academy. Yeah, there's a lot of tangling up out there. Got a wreck out there going on. Puck is sent the other way. They're going to wave off the icing as Petrus goes after it. Petrus gets around Macy Karate. Petrus has a little bit of activity now as she also has Curtis coming in out of the bench. But both of them got warded off and tossed into the corner where the battle will wage there. Back out into the point area. Picked up there by Karate for the Centaurs. Karate trying to work her way against Berger. Karate sends it up the ice. Back behind the net of the Trojans. Sent along that way. Another battle into the corner. And it will be picked up by Simsbury as they try to get it around the board. Sent in from the point, right against the Simsbury player, however. And a little bit of a break because of that. 1-on-1 shot and a goal for Simsbury. Over the left shoulder of Josie Hatch. On the break, I think it was number Curtis. 3, Jane Curtis, the sophomore. Who ties the game with 51 seconds to go. You kind of saw that developing when that shot was taken from the point and deflected.
Yep. A little bit of a breakaway and kind of point blank went top shelf.
So a 1-1 score here at the Jan Ice Rink. It had, Simsbury was knocking on the door for a long time, and they finally opened it.
You figured their offense would be pretty solid. They put up 5 goals last game.
Yep, against Fairfield Ludlow. Back behind the net. Fought for and picked up by Bowman briefly. This is picked up by the Centaurs. Back the other way, they work it. Coming up the ice quickly was Sophia Bonner, and that will be called for icing. She could not get there before the puck hit the back line. So they'll go back the other way with 22 seconds to go in the first period. In between periods, Eric Roy, the head coach of the Woodstock Academy Centaurs, is going to be joining us for a quick chat. Talk a little bit about the first game as well as this game and a little bit about the season as a whole, which is pretty young so far. 1 game in. This is picked up by the Trojans and kept in. Back behind the net, they work it. And behind there is where they're going to come out. It'll be the Centaurs who send it forward. All the way up the ice with under 10 seconds to play. Will they call icing? The answer is no. Back behind their own net. Here comes Berger, and that will end this first period of play. It's been an interesting one. 48 seconds in, you get a goal. 51 seconds left, you get a goal. And what's the result? 1-1 the score. Back with more from the Jan Ice Rink in just a moment.
Do you have questions about your retirement, such as when will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How can I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? If so, you're not alone. As a financial advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services, LLC, the O'Brien Group can help you find the answers with the exclusive, confident retirement approach. We will work with you one-on-one to understand your goals and discuss the 4 key needs of retirement, including covering your essentials, ensuring lifestyle, preparing for the unexpected, and leaving a legacy. From there, we will work together to develop a retirement roadmap with clear steps you can take to help you live more confidently today and tomorrow. Call me, Pat O'Brien, today at 860-208-9913. Our office is located at 50 Canal Street in downtown Putnam, Connecticut.
The confident retirement approach is not a guarantee of future financial results. Investment advisory products and services are made available through Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, a registered investment advisor.
Jewett City Savings Bank offers accounts that let you manage, spend, and save money the way you want. Plus, a team of neighbors you can turn to if you have questions or need support. It's the best of both worlds. To learn more or to open an account, visit us at jcsbank.com or stop by your nearest branch. Jewett City Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Creating art is a different skill set as opposed to the world of academia. It serves as a kind of playground for creativity that not only provides diversity in my life, but is also something I can then use to progress my other studies. Although one of my greatest joys is acquiring knowledge through my studies, it becomes easier to feel like a machine. Art, creating, brings back the humanity in society. It is a kind of communication that is internationally understood. My name is Maya Fraga. I'm a senior from Woodstock, and I am Woodstock Academy. For more information where you can spend your next 4 years, please visit woodstockacademy.org/future-centaurs.
And we're going to be joined here briefly, we do believe, by Eric Roy, the head coach of the Woodstock Academy Centaurs. Here he comes. So we're going to do something that's very bad. You're going to see us for one of the first times as we change over here to a good old webcam, and that way we can all be seen here as opposed to hiding behind the scenes. How you doing, Coach?
Good, you?
No, not bad at all. I'm going to have you bring that right up there that way we can hear you. But before we talk about this game, let's talk a little bit about the previous game, because it was a 4-2 loss to Hampton, but you guys had a 2-0 lead there in the first period.
We jumped out right out the gate, took a 2-0 lead. Everything looked good. Second period, we fell back into old habits, and then third period, fluky goal on their part, a couple deflections, but we outplayed them. I was, at the end of the game, us coaches, we were all thrilled. The effort was there. That first period is what this team can do, and if they can build on that, this is going to be a good team.
You know, and when the first game of the season, you really don't know. You think you know, but you really don't know. Were you happy overall?
I was definitely happy. They look good. I mean, we went a week without practice, so that effort with a week off the ice, they look pretty well.
You know, you expect Sofia Govea to score. There's no question about that. 10 goals last year.
Yep.
Nice to see Ireland get in there as well.
Ireland getting in. It's good to see the other players getting in. We know Sophia and Macy are going to score. Now the others are going to join the party, and it's good to see.
How is the chemistry working? Because, you know, you are a co-op. There's a lot of different players here.
Chemistry's great. These kids, they seem to love each other. They're always hanging out. You can't keep them away from each other. They're laughing. They're smiling. Everything looks good in that locker room.
Well, it looked good to start this game. Juliet Hammer, that was a nice goal.
It was good to see because she had a good game against Hamden. She wasn't thrilled with her performance. We told her she did a great job, so it was a good confidence booster to see her come out, take the play, take the shot, and put it right in.
Coach, you got to be happy there with the penalty killing, being two players down. But Simsbury did have it in your end most of that first period. What do you need to do differently here coming out of the second period?
The goal, we know we're going to be in our defensive end a lot. The goal is to just keep them on the outside and pounce on an opportunity, which we did on the first goal. They started down here. They coughed it up at the blue line. We went. That's our team plan, is to keep the house clean, leave everything outside the yard.
So you're saying score in transition.
Correct. We are a transition scoring team.
To use the basketball terminology.
Exactly. We got to take advantage of their mistakes and go.
And that, you definitely did that. I liked what Dan brought up, though, because you had to be happy going down 5-on-3 and not allowing a goal.
Yeah, the penalty kill is something we wanted to improve on this year and be less aggressive, and it worked. We capitalized. They tried to force pucks that weren't there, and we took it and just dumped it down.
How about Josie Hatch? She's been solid.
Josie Hatch, she's fundamentally sound. There's nothing she does wrong, really. She just makes the right play, makes the right save, puts the puck where it belongs.
And unfortunately, the defense let her down a little bit there late in that first period, because that breakaway, that's tough.
She's not. Those are tough for any goalie, whoever you are. It's just that was a lapse on our part. We fix that. We bring it to the attention, and hopefully we limit those breakaways, because Josie will stop most of everything else.
Yeah.
Coach, good luck the rest of the way, and it's a pleasure to be here doing a broadcast for your team.
Thank you very much,
Yeah,
guys.
one other quick question, just the season as a whole. Were you happy with the turnout and everything like that?
Great numbers, great players. This should be, I don't want to be a prognosticator, but I think Woodstock's making the playoffs.
Oh, making the playoffs. That's a good thing to hear. Thank you much, Coach. I know you want to get into the locker room.
Thank you, guys.
Eric Roy, the head coach of the Woodstock Academy Centaurs. And when we return to the Jan Ice Rink, we'll talk more about this first period, and we'll get ready for the second right after this.
Make your next night out a simply memorable one. The Mansion at Bald Hill on Plain Hill Road in Woodstock has only you in mind. Your comfort is their mission, your pleasure is their goal, and your happiness is their reward. The Mansion at Bald Hill is a historic landmark that has taken on a new life as a premier restaurant and an elegant bed and breakfast, residing in the quiet corner of northeastern Connecticut. With on-site catering and an upscale banquet center, the Mansion is private and secluded, offering the perfect setting for a delicious meal, special getaway, or private event. The Mansion at Bald Hill welcomes you and looks forward to your visit, whether it be for dinner, an overnight stay, or a weekend getaway for that special occasion. The Mansion at Bald Hill on Plain Hill Road in Woodstock. Simply put, spectacular. Treat yourself. You deserve it. Call the Mansion at Bald Hill at 860-974-3456. That's 860-974-3456. Or visit them on Facebook, Instagram, or Pinterest.
Well, here's the good friend. I'll drink to that.
We're talking with Jay Long, Director of Commercial Insurance at Girardi Insurance Hill Group. Jay, tell us about the acquisition.
We are the Hill Group. Girardi Insurance is a part of the Hill Group Companies, which is a national agency with markets throughout the country. We now have access to additional resources, additional carrier markets that really put us in a place to succeed going forward. Girardi Insurance was around for over 100 years, and we're looking to be around for the next 100 years.
And how's it working out?
Our merger happened several years ago. Customer service with the Hill Group is basically unchanged from Girardi Insurance. If you walked into our office, it's the same faces. And to the customer, it is seamless. But what has improved is that we have state-of-the-art technology, almost unlimited market availability, but above all, we are still driven to keep improving to help provide better advice, guidance, and refining our overall customer experience. The great piece about the Hill Group is that it allows us to continue to have our local relationships, commitment to the community, and national resources.
Girardi Insurance Hill Group. Call 860-928-7771. See them online at girardionline.com.
Zamboni doing its job here at the Jan Ice Rink at the Pomfret School. 1-1 the score between Woodstock Academy and Simsbury. That first goal was a nice one. First goal of the season for Ledyard-based defenseman Juliet Hammer.
Yeah, and you heard your coach talk about a little bit that's kind of how they're going to have to score in that transitional phase. And that one, I mean, she just threw it from deep out, threw it on goal, and that's what they're going to have to do. They're just going to have to get the puck on goal and hope they can get one past them.
It's interesting the way he was talking, too, about transition, and how you're going to score in transition. We usually talk about that in basketball.
Right.
But in hockey, that same thing can occur.
Yeah, and
in fact, both goals were in transition.
They were. And he kind of said, yes, they're going to be on the defensive a lot. They just have to capitalize on opportunities when they do have them and play solid defense and not give up tough shots. The one they gave up was a breakaway. It was a one-on-one. I mean, not much Hatch could do. Hatch was a real bright spot in that first period.
Oh, no question. So I'm going to use a soccer analogy on top of a basketball analogy, because does that mean you're building from the back and kind of being that defensive-oriented, keeping your forwards back there? And if something breaks out, then you make it happen.
Yeah, and we saw a little bit with our girls soccer team. Their defense was so solid, and they just waited for their opportunities from their forwards to strike when they had an opportunity. So it's a good analogy.
Just thinking about it, we see all these sports all year long. So, we can do a lot of the analogies just come out left and right, it seems. There's no question. Been having fun here, too, listening to some holiday music. Hard to believe we're almost into the holiday break. And that's the other thing I think that, we're now getting into that point where the student athlete has a lot of things going on. And a lot of things that may take away the attention. Is it tough for a coach?
There's a lot of distractions. They're going to have a lot of time off, and then illness is. This is a time where illness is going around and stuff like that. So they went a week, he said, without practice, and so keeping them focused is definitely important. I don't know how many games they have over the break, but sometimes you have a little bit more time off. I'm not sure if that's the case.
Yeah, this year there's a couple of games, I do believe. I know there's one on late in the break against Greenwich. And, in fact, right here is their schedule, so we can tell you really quickly because the Centaurs, they play Fairfield Ludlow on Wednesday on the road. On Friday, they go on the road to Daniel Hand. The following Monday, they're playing Simsbury again, which would be December 23rd, so that's next Monday. They're playing Simsbury again. Then on the 28th, they're playing here against Ridgefield before going to Avon on Friday the 3rd and then playing on Saturday the 4th. So guess what? They don't get a lot of time off, okay, is what that basically says.
Busy. But you can hear the optimism from Coach Roy, and like I said, I was talking to Jeff Bosca. They seem very optimistic and upbeat about the season and hopefully for a state tournament berth.
For good reason. I mean, I think they do have – the question is going to be how much gas do they have in the tank at all times? I mean, they do have three lines this time to work with, but it takes time to get that together.
It does, and I mentioned the the penalty killing. That was even more impressive because two of their best players were in the penalty
Samson
box.
and Karate were standing over there.
Yep.
So you're right.
So that's gotta feel good too for that reason.
So we're set just about ready to get underway here in the second period between these two teams. Both of them took a lot of time in the locker room before coming out. You would anticipate that early in the season. I mean, it's still working on the X's and O's, so to speak.
Yep, and you saw the coaches taking a while to debrief at the end of that first period. What did you see, and kind of game plan here for the second period.
So Josie Hatch getting her crease ready. Georgia Calabro on the other side for the Simsbury Trojans. 1-0-1 they came in on the season. The Centaurs 0-1 after that loss to Hampden. And the two teams tied here going into the second period. See if it's similar. Shots on goal, by the way, for in the first period, 13 for Simsbury, and Hatch made 12 saves. 6 for Woodstock Academy, and Calabro made 5. Yeah. So that's seemingly the way it worked, a 2-to-1 ratio when it came down to where the puck was.
And most of the saves Hatch made were down low. It was the one that they went up top that got by her.
Yeah, so over the left shoulder.
Yeah, that is correct. Yep.
And a lot of the Calabro saves were basically shots sent into traffic. There was a lot of traffic around the net when it occurred.
Although the one that she did get beat on was over the left shoulder as well.
Yep.
But I don't think she ever even saw
Probably
it.
not.
She wasn't even looking. I think she got distracted.
So set to go. Avery Carnes to face off, and he'll come back to the Woodstock defensive end as we are underway here in the second period. Sent down. This is Ireland Wilford, who kind of passes it to herself back behind the net. Wilford trying to track it down. Simsbury trying to get it out of their own end as we start the second period. Back behind the net, picked up again by Wilford. Into that corner where there's a lot of activity that we can never see. I actually have to go look at the TV monitor just to see what's going on as it's tied up all the way up to the blue line. There's like 4 or 5 bodies in there and finally picked up by the Centaurs as they clear it out with Avery Carnes sending it back into the offensive end where Simsbury will pick it up. That's Mutarelli back around the net. Picked up again by Simsbury. They work back behind their own net. Calabro is back down there. Sends it up the net the other way. And it will be an icing call against Simsbury.
Yeah, the corners on this side are a little tough to see for us
yes.
when the action goes into those corners.
When it goes into the corners in our upper left or lower right, obviously Brad O'Connor, O'Contra Productions is doing a heck of a job of helping you guys see it. You see it better than we do because we're not high above. We're actually right at the level of the ice. In the penalty box, where we belong, what can I say? Sent in, and was there a save there? I think there was, and a second save and knocked away by Simsbury. A couple of shots for Woodstock Academy. Mia Auger took one from the point. It was deflected back in. Neither one of them found the target of the back of the net. Picked up by Simsbury. They come over center ice. And bringing it forward, they'll send it along those boards. Knocked down by Woodstock Academy along the far side boards. Ellery Sampson on it. Gets it out to Biondo. Biondo brings it over the blue line, flips it forward. Chasing after it is Grace Jacobs. Jacobs will pick it up, check briefly on the play, gets it back. Along the far side boards, Simsbury flings it forward back into center ice. Picked up there by the Centaurs. Auger on the puck. Auger knocked away from her. Going after it is Biondo. Sends it back over. Here's Gavea from long distance. That was deflected. Auger on the puck for Woodstock Academy. Back behind the net it works, and it's just going to get covered up, I think, by Calabro, who just decided there was just too much traffic and decided safety is in the face-off.
I think if you're Woodstock, you just really want to get some shots on goal, whatever variety they are. Very few shots first period.
5 to be 6 to be precise. And we do have a penalty. Okay, we're going to have a visitor in the box.
Sorry.
Coming in is Catherine Nigro is going to get called for the penalty. I didn't see exactly what the call was, but she joins us in the penalty box. First power play for Woodstock Academy. It's picking it up back along that backside. And now along the near side boards, and the call will be against. And that one is going to be against, I think, just going to be a face-off to the right side. I think it might have bounced into the, did it bounce into the box?
I didn't see it,
yeah,
but it may have.
It's just a face-off is all they're ruling. So the face-off is picked up there by the Centaurs. Sent in, knocked down. It'll be sent back in by the Centaurs and now knocked out by Simsbury. And the puck is all the way down where Josie Hatch picks it up and gives it to Juliet Hammer. Back the other way, this is Macy Karate on the puck for Woodstock Academy. Karate tries to change direction and does so effectively. Comes over the blue line, over center ice. Picked up there by Simsbury, and they'll knock it and kept in by Woodstock Academy. Back over the center ice area, back all the way down the other way. Chasing after it, Juliet Hammer. Hammer picks it up against Berger. And Berger checks her on the play. Picked up behind, however, by the Centaurs. Knocked away. Chasing after it will be Bonner for Woodstock Academy. Bonner sends it the other way. Just 48 seconds left in the power play. First one for the Centaurs. Carnes on the puck, knocked away. Picked up by Simsbury. Back to center ice where Bonner gets it for Woodstock Academy. Sends it down the far side, and they just flip it up the ice where Hatch will stop it just to give it back to her teammate, Juliet Hammer, who comes over to get it.
Yeah,
Under 30 seconds left in the power play.
Woodstock hasn't been able to set anything up here at all in this power play.
They send it back behind the net with Hatch. Actually, the puck has been down the other end a lot. No question about it. Down into that far side corner, in the near side corner, I should say, to the right of Hatch, where it's sent around back behind the net. Picked up by the Centaurs. 6 seconds left in the power play. Biondi on the puck, knocked back to center ice. It'll be picked up there by Bonner. She sends it back in, and the power play is done. Killed successfully by Simsbury. Back behind the net of Simsbury. And the puck comes loose. It came almost out to number 4, Biondo, who gets kind of taken out on the play. And the puck goes down into the backside boards. Ellery Sampson trying to fight her way through along with Biondi. The puck is still in there. Comes out somehow. Picked up by Simsbury. Came leaking out of the middle of that mess.
Whacked at it.
They send it forward with Calabro on it. Rose Calabro, not the goalie, not Georgia. And Rose goes into it. That might be a penalty. A hard check by Juliet Hammer might have earned her a penalty box visit. And we'll see what the call is going to be, but the officials are contemplating it. Let's put it that way with 10:20 to go. And Hammer does indeed come to the box. Now the question is, what kind of penalty is it?
We're having a discussion
And
here.
that's going to be the question mark. How many, what kind of penalty are we talking? Are they talking a major? I don't know. Because remember, checking in the girls' sport is not the same as in the boys' sport.
Either way, they're going to be shorthanded here for at least 2 minutes,
Yep.
maybe 5. Or is it 4? Is it 4?
It's 5.
5, yeah, okay.
So we'll see exactly what this call is, because that one was heavily discussed. 2-minute penalty is what I'm seeing.
He's got his
2 minutes up. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing right now. Is it's going to be a minor roughing penalty, I think is what it is.
I think you're right.
Now talking to Eric Roy. Well, a lot of discussion for a 2-minute penalty, if that's the case.
Well, obviously safety, safety is important. And
this is a hard sport. There's no question about that. So I hear 2-minute minor.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
So Sean Saucier is going to have to help us out with this a little bit as we go through.
But I just did see somebody else join.
So is it a 2-minute minor and a
Penalty.
5-minute miscon? I don't know.
I see 2 players in the
2 players in the box
now.
Yeah.
Which is not
So
a
we're
good
trying to
sign.
figure out this this whole penalty, and we'll
they're
get the
trying to
update.
figure it out as well.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting one, something tells me. So we have 2 players in the box over to our right. So if the question is, it's going to be 5-on-4, but it's just going to be a matter of how it's served. I don't know if I don't think there's any bench issue here or anything like that. So I'm going to have
Long
to
explanation.
Well, you're going to have to get this, Dan. I'm going to put you in charge of finding this out from Sean Saucier exactly what we got, so we know what we have as we come back to play here. It'll be a face-off to the right side of Josie Hatch, is what it's going to be. As we try to get the entire call, they're still talking about it over there and trying to figure. The officials were still talking about it, and they're coming back over again. So we're still kind of deciding things here as to exactly what is going on.
It sounds like it's a 2-minute and then a 10-minute.
2 minutes, 10, 2 and a 10? Okay. So that's what it is, 2-minute and then a 10-minute misconduct. So the puck is a 5-on-4 is what we have, I think. 1, 2, 5-on-3 or 5-on-4? 1, 2, 3. 5-on-4. Okay,
Yep.
I want to make sure we're all set. I mean,
It was a little confusing, no doubt about it.
I was making sure where we were going with that, but I understand it, I think. As with the puck will come the Simsbury Trojans. That was Nigro on the puck. Nigro sends it up behind. It goes back behind the net. Hatch watching her over there. 9:50 left here in the second period. We have a 1-1 tie between Simsbury and Woodstock Academy.
Kind of a big part of the game here.
Absolutely. Can they kill another penalty? This puck goes right around the perimeter. Now over to the far side boards. Tied up there and still looking for the puck. There's like 4 players over there fighting over it. Karate is in the mix, along with Avery Nielsen. And the puck comes out to Simsbury as they send it across the crease. It'll be picked up there by Simsbury over to this near side boards. Back behind the net, knocked aside. I think it was Hatch with a stick save on that one.
Poked at it, yeah.
First shot of this second period for Simsbury. They managed to keep the puck in. Sent right in front, and that's a shot. Did it go in?
Nope.
It went off the post or something.
I think it went the shoulder to the post.
Yeah, because it was right up on top. And it was close. Let's put it that way.
Dangerous.
Grace Jacobs tried to come up with that one. It's kept in by Berger back behind the net. 27 seconds left in the power play. As the puck goes into the corner, it'll be picked up there. Briefly anyway by Nielsen, all the way down. Chasing after it will be Jane Curtis, who owns the only goal for the Simsbury Trojans today. They send it forward. We have 5-on-5. Well, almost 5-on-5. In 3 seconds, we'll have 5-on-5. Was just a major change for both teams. We had a fire drill going on out here is what it was. So the face-off to the right side of Hatch. And that one is tied up as well, right in the center circle. Picked up there by the Trojans, knocked away by the Centaurs. Here they come the other way with Biondi.
And they killed it.
Biondi over the red line. Biondi Takes it down into the corner where everybody lives these days, I think. Simsbury comes out of that one, sends it up the ice. Was touched along the way. It'll go back behind the Woodstock Academy net, where it would be picked up by Bonner. Back behind the net, she works it and sends it over to the near side. Picked up there by the Centaurs as they try to work it on down. Biondi tried to get in on that play, knocked away, and able to be sent the other way. Sampson was trying to track that one down, but it'll be picked up instead by the Centaurs as Paige Hinckley came out of there with it. This is Sampson now on the puck briefly, picked up by the Centaurs. Back they come with Biondi. Looked it through to Cavea, went right by her stick, picked up by Simsbury at center ice. 7:25 left to go here in this second period. Picked up for Simsbury right at the blue line. They sent it in, the Centaurs do, and they will go to a major shift in personnel. Back comes Woodstock Academy. Here comes Simsbury over the blue line. Fires it to the boards. Picked back up off that deflection. Back behind into the other corner to the right side of Hatch, where it will be picked up there by Simsbury and knocked into the center ice area by Grace Lesko. Simsbury comes the other way. Berger, or I should say Curtis, on the puck. Curtis back behind the net. Gives it up and over to Rose Calabro. Comes back out to the front. That one comes in, and Hatch able to cover up a shot by Cameron Petrus from right in front of the blue line.
Yeah, a little bit of a knuckler coming in at her.
Yeah.
She's done a real good job sealing up the.
I don't think she saw her originally, and then the puck came kind of, like you say, winging in end over end at her. Face-off will be to the right side of Hatch with 6:24 to go here in this second period. This one's been kind of outside of the major penalties, been kind of a calm period. I mean, it hasn't been a lot of activity.
Neither team really able to get much going.
No, nothing. No, the passes have not been connecting.
Nope.
Coming through this time is Carnes. Tries to flip it in, but it's picked up by Simsbury. They'll flip it along the far side boards. Picked up there. They'll get through the defense. And bringing it up the ice was Tessa Strolis. Sent it in front. It was just stuck. Got the stick on it by Hatch just to deflect it the other way. This comes back in, but it will be picked up by the Centaurs and kept in by Mutarelli.
Yeah, Centaurs have had a really difficult time clearing it.
O'Shea working behind the net. Back over to the corner. Can the Centaurs get it out of their own end is the question mark. Back behind the net it works. Picked up by Simsbury. Back behind. Deflected by the official of all things off of his leg. Picked up, and it'll be picked up by Simsbury at center ice. They tried to get it to Mutarelli, but that's going to go all the way down to Calabro, who has to just kind of poke it ahead to Petrus, who came over to her rescue. Back the other way. Here's Berger, checked on the play by Bonner.
Yeah, Berger was wide open.
Yeah.
They weren't able to get it to her. Woodstock was in a line shift.
Mutarelli to Curtis. Reached out with that stick. Now tries to control. Curtis back behind the net. Curtis looks to wield her way in front. Curtis just kind of pokes it backwards and finds Berger. Berger back around the net. Trying to get that one over. This is Berger again, back in front, comes back out to the point, now to the point. Where working on that one was Jacobs. Kept in by Simsbury. A lot of activity around the Centaur net, but no shot on net. Interesting. That puck goes sent all the way down, and it will be an icing call against Woodstock Academy. 4.5 to play.
Simsbury controlling the action there, but not able to get shots off.
Yeah, interesting, wasn't it? You know, there was not any. In fact, right now, shots on goal, 3 for Simsbury, 2 for Woodstock in this period. It has really been kind of a quiet period for both teams. Ellery Sampson on the face-off against Berger. They'll go back behind the Woodstock net where Mia Auger is there to pick it up. Works her way around along the boards. Sent back in by Simsbury. Back behind the net. Auger decides to stay and help Hatch as picking it up with Sampson on that backside. To the near side boards. Sent around, and it'll be picked up there by Auger. Auger trying to work her way free. Puck comes loose to the far side boards. Back behind the net it rolls. And I do mean rolls. Picked up there by Simsbury. Trying to get a centering pass in front, knocked away by the defense. They didn't really have any Simsbury player in front, which was fortunate. Here's Berger again for the Trojans. Berger back behind the net. Knocked away by Sampson. Picked up by Simsbury. Back in front, this is Biondi. Can't clear.
Oh.
Simsbury sends it right back to once it came. Auger on the puck. Back behind the net again. Govea tried to come in and help out. Puck is back there, and this is Karate, Auger, who decides to change direction. If I did that, I'd have 2 broken ankles.
Yeah, that was a nice job.
It really was. Here's Simsbury back on the puck, and that one goes winging its way by Hatch and off the backside boards. The glass, if you will, almost. Picked up again behind the net. That is Auger to Govea. Govea just flips it forward, partially deflected, and picked up again by Jacobs and is kept in by Simsbury. They're having a little party on this end.
Yeah, they are. You kind of feel like Woodstock's playing with fire a little bit
Yeah,
here.
that puck goes all the way down the end. When they get icing, they're going to wave it off. They're going to say Simsbury did touch it. So back come the Trojans. They'll send it up the ice for Phelan. That one will be redirected. Almost ended up in Hatch's way. You can't really give a shot, although technically it was a save because she had to come up and make that play. Picked up by Simsbury as they try to come loose with it back behind the net, and down goes Woodstock Academy on the play. No call, and now a call.
Yeah, the ref was kind of
waiting on the advantage. I didn't see him over there.
Yeah, he was over in the corner, so I couldn't see if his arm was up, but it looks like we're going to get a call here.
Yeah, I think it's going to go against Simsbury. As joining us once again in the booth will be Nigro with 2:24 left to go. I think that will be a hooking call against Nigro. 2:24 on the time. 2:24 left, second period. 1-1 the score between Woodstock Academy and Simsbury. Face-off to the left side of Calabro.
Kind of what Woodstock needed here.
Sent in and knocked away by Calabro on the shot by Bonner. That was probably the best shot of the third period here for the Centaurs.
They didn't really do anything with their power play last time.
This is Bonner, or I should say Biondi, who sends it in front. That one just wide. On the rebound, just sent it in. It was just tossed in wide. Biondi.
He had a shot there.
Yep. Centaurs fighting for it down there. Carnes had it briefly. Now goes around the boards to Bonner. Bonner trying to work back, but the behind the net is picked up by Simsbury. Can they clear is going to be the question, and the answer is yes. Hatch will actually have to kind of sit that one down and then give it off to her teammate. Sent back in by Curtis briefly. Coming through and picked up by Berger right in front of us, where it's picked up by Biondi. Biondi trying to work her way, fires it to the left side of Calabro. Picked up there by Govea. Govea goes down on the play, and it will be picked up over onto the near side by number 19, Grace Lescott. Back behind the net, little activity around the Simsbury net for a change.
Yeah.
Puck comes over center ice, kind of just glides its way down. Biondi to pick it up. 48 seconds left in the power play. 1:11 left in the period. This is Biondi on the puck along that far side. Chipped away at by Simsbury, and Berger, a one-man wrecking crew over there on that far side.
Killing time.
That's exactly what she's doing. And doing a nice job of it, may I say. Macy Karate came up with that puck. Tries to head it forward to Lescott, picked up by Simsbury. They just work the boards and send it down. Under 20 seconds to go in the power play. Picked up there by Bonner. Bonner back over to Macy Karate. Karate sends it down the ice, back behind the net. 9 seconds left in the power play. Back down is Karate. Karate falls on the play. Picked up there by Bailey Bowman. That will end the power play for the Centaurs. They got one shot off right in front.
Early, yeah.
That was I do believe, if I remember correctly, it was Bonner who got that shot right in front. That was saved by Calabro. With 13 seconds left in the period. Knocked down before it comes out of the zone. Picked up by... This is a player who was in the penalty box, Nigro, who came out of there with it. Bailey Bowman right in front of us. And that will end the second period of play here at the Jan Ice Rink. Second period of play, much quieter than the first period. No question about that. Woodstock Academy and Simsbury tied at 1 here at the Jan Ice Rink.
Hi, this is Jeff Busquet.
And Kaylin Busquet of Steve Busquet's Appliance and TV, your hometown appliance store. We've been committed to providing the lowest prices and best customer service in the area for over 35 years, and we are excited to continue this tradition at our newest location, now open at 600 Main Street in Willimantic. We carry and service your favorite and most trusted brands of appliances, TVs, and furniture.
We know you've all heard about back orders in the appliance industry, but at Busquets, our salespeople can find you what you're looking for in stock and ready to be delivered. Amana washers and dryers are only $4.89 each. Whirlpool front-load washers and dryers are only $8.49 each and can handle a king-size comforter. Frigidaire 18 cubic foot refrigerators are only $6.75. And just arriving, a new batch of Scratch and Dent appliances at our Willimantic store. Scratch and Dent are brand new with a full warranty. We have 18 cubic foot refrigerators for $5.99. Side-by-side refrigerators start at $8.99. And remember, at Busquets, we service everything we sell and take a year to pay interest-free.
Check us out at one of our locations in Danielson and Willimantic or online at busquetsappliance.com. Pay more, what for?
And right now at Busquets Appliances and TV in Danielson and Willimantic, big holiday savings. Yeah, those Black Friday savings are continuing at Busquets Appliances. Check him out on washers and dryers and freezers and refrigerators, microwave ovens and ranges and more. If you're in the market for an appliance, now's the time to get it at Busquets Appliances. More Jeff Boschka will be joining us here in between period as we return to the Jan Ice Rink. 1-1 the score between Woodstock Academy and
Do you have
Simsbury.
questions about your retirement, such as when will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How can I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? If so, you're not alone. As a financial advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services, LLC, the O'Brien Group can help you find the answers with the exclusive, confident retirement approach. We will work with you one-on-one to understand your goals and discuss the 4 key needs of retirement, including covering your essentials, ensuring lifestyle, preparing for the unexpected, and leaving a legacy. From there, we will work together to develop a retirement roadmap with clear steps you can take to help you live more confidently today and tomorrow. Call me, Pat O'Brien, today at 860-208-9913. Our office is located at 50 Canal Street in downtown Putnam, Connecticut.
The confident retirement approach is not a guarantee of future financial results. Investment advisory products and services are made available through Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, a registered investment advisor.
I have been doing theater and acting since I was 8 years old. I absolutely love it. Coming here was one of the best decisions I've ever made, if not the best. The school has been so supportive. I am so unbelievably grateful. It's amazing to be in an environment where people want you to succeed and want you to do well. My name is Maggie McLaughlin. I'm a junior from Woodstock, and I am Woodstock Academy. For more information on where you can spend your next 4 years, please visit woodstockacademy.org/future centaurs.
And the assistant coach for Woodstock Academy joining us as Jeff Boschka joins us in the penalty box of all places. It's our home away from home, the penalty box.
I don't know this area at all, Mark. You know?
Never been here before.
No.
Hey, that was I'll put it this way. Compared to the first period, last period was pretty non-eventful.
Agreed. Agreed, yeah. I mean, a lot of defense, right? We just kind of kept them to the outside, and I mean, the minimal shots. Obviously, we're not getting the shots, but they only had 5 shots, I think.
We actually had them only for 3.
Oh, okay.
When you look at it, there was a lot of activity over there in front of your net, but nothing really materialized for them.
Right. Again, they were just keeping them to the outside. You know, they're good skaters, the other team. They handled the puck well, but I think defensively we kept them. We stayed in our box and we kept them to the outside, and that's basically all we were able to do. We weren't able to convert and do anything offensively.
And the power play, you need a little work, something tells me. You really did. You had 1 shot, I think, on the 2 power plays. Bonner, I think, got one for you. But really not a lot of activity on those power plays.
Yeah, it's true. We've only had a couple practices, so clearly we need some work. I just felt like even the fundamentals of that period, like just the stick handling and the passing just wasn't clean. It was kind of choppy. So they just need some more work, more reps, and hopefully feeling more confident with that.
Yeah, one thing we haven't talked about, and it's not a major consequence, but somewhat, is the fact that there has been a little issue here at the Jan Ice Rink, and in fact they do have a generator now here running the power and keeping the compressors and everything else up. So has that been a factor at all?
Well, sure. Again, it was a quick start for us. We only had a couple practices. Then we lost the practice because the rink was shut down. So, the positive is it's a great group of girls. They're coachable. You got to develop that chemistry, and that only happens by practice and repetition and playing some games. But losing that other practice, so we took some time, went to the gym and did a dry ice, an off ice practice, and tried to walk through things. And you try to do the best you can with what you got, but definitely that is a factor.
No question.
Coach, you've been doing this for a while. Coaches seem optimistic about this group this year. How would you compare this group, maybe the potential-wise, compared to some of the other teams you've worked with?
Super excited. I mean, I told the girls, I said, I've been doing this probably 9 to 10 years with the girls program, and that last game, that first period that we played down in Hamden, was the best girls hockey I've ever seen in our program. I mean, energy-wise, strategy-wise, even the fundamentals. So that game, they were on, and that first period, we were so excited. So the good news is the potential is there, right? The challenge will be,
realize it.
and can you string those periods together? Can you string those shifts together? And that's our message to them. And we got it's something to keep on working towards. But they're coachable, hardworking, great kids.
And you have depth.
For the first time, we do have depth, and we're running up to 4 lines at times, and so that gives people time to rest up and get out there and work hard for their shift and rotate others in.
But do you need, and I think we've even seen it, that ability to finish? We were talking with Eric, and he was saying how you have to score in transition a little bit more. Do you have to work on that offense a lot?
Well, that's been an issue. Just offensively, we've never been that strong, and so, we need somebody to step up, other players to step up and make plays. I feel like moving without the puck needs to happen more, recognizing that, more flow to the game, getting those angles across the ice and getting it into their zone and just getting more shots. I mean, it's just, we say this all the time, and we just need to work on that. For sure.
You can see it a little bit. There's no question about it. But, hey, it's also only the second game of the year.
Yeah. Lots of room for improvement.
Lots of room, no question. Jeff, thank you very much for joining us. Now you get back to that locker room. I wouldn't mind because it's warmer in there than it is out here. Let's put it that way. Jeff Boschko, the assistant coach of the Woodstock Academy Centaurs, joining us here in between periods. We're almost set to get to the third period in just a moment. We'll be back with more from the Jan Ice Rink right after this.
Jewett City Savings Bank offers accounts that let you manage, spend, and save money the way you want. Plus, a team of neighbors you can turn to if you have questions or need support. It's the best of both worlds. To learn more or to open an account, visit us at jcsbank.com or stop by your nearest branch. Jewett City Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Make your next night out a simply memorable one. The mansion at Bald Hill on Plain Hill Road in Woodstock has only you in mind. Your comfort is their mission, your pleasure is their goal, and your happiness is their reward. The mansion at Bald Hill is a historic landmark that has taken on a new life as a premier restaurant and an elegant bed and breakfast, residing in the quiet corner of northeastern Connecticut. With on-site catering and an upscale banquet center, the mansion is private and secluded, offering the perfect setting for a delicious meal, special getaway, or private event. The mansion at Bald Hill welcomes you and looks forward to your visit, whether it be for dinner, an overnight stay, or a weekend getaway for that special occasion. The mansion at Bald Hill on Plain Hill Road in Woodstock. Simply put, spectacular. Treat yourself. You deserve it. Call the mansion at Bald Hill at 860-974-3456. That's 860-974-3456. Or visit them on Facebook, Instagram, or Pinterest.
We're talking with Jay Long, Director of Commercial Insurance at Girardi Insurance Hill Group. Jay, tell us about the acquisition.
We are the Hill Group. Girardi Insurance is a part of the Hill Group Companies, which is a national agency with markets throughout the country. We now have access to additional resources, additional carrier markets that really put us in a place to succeed going forward. Girardi Insurance was around for over 100 years, and we're looking to be around for the next 100 years.
And how's it working out?
Our merger happened several years ago. Customer service with the Hill Group is basically unchanged from Girardi Insurance. If you walked into our office, it's the same faces. And to the customer, it is seamless. But what has improved is that we have state-of-the-art technology, almost unlimited market availability, but above all, we are still driven to keep improving to help provide better advice, guidance, and refining our overall customer experience. The great piece about the Hill Group is that it allows us to continue to have our local relationships, commitment to the community, and national resources.
Girardi Insurance Hill Group. Call 860-928-7771. See them online at girardionline.com.
And we're back with you here at the Jan Ice Rink. And one thing we should point out, and Dan, you were good enough to go and check, is the fact that there was that 10-minute misconduct, and that was against Juliet Hammer, and that has a minute 40 still to be served. So she cannot return to the ice. That's why there were two people in the box, because of the fact, obvious, we didn't really clarify it, and I remembered after I forgot to clarify it, is because the person has to serve the 2-minute minor while she remains in the box.
Yeah, so she's not able to return to the ice after
Correct.
the 2 minutes, so somebody else is going to
So
be
somebody else
there.
had to be in there, and that's the reason why I realized I was remiss in clearing that up a little bit. Just as far as our situation is concerned, let me just tell you that this is the first game of our winter broadcast schedule, but we got a lot more to go. And in fact, we plan to be right back here at the Jan Ice Rink on Wednesday. Woodstock Academy boys hockey with their first home game and first game of the season against the Suffield Co-op. So we'll be here at 5:30.
That's a 5:30
Yeah, it's been moved up. It was an 8 o'clock game. It's been moved up to 5:30. Pomfret School had a game that was scheduled to be played earlier but has been postponed. So therefore, this game has been moved up to a 5:30 from an 8 o'clock start. Better for us in some regards. I mean, because we have school the next day still.
School night, yeah.
And we are planning to do also the boys basketball home opener against St. Bernard on Thursday and the girls basketball home opener against Ledyard on Friday. So a busy week ahead.
Yeah, that's right. But then we get some time off after that.
Yes.
So.
We are going to go into hibernation for a couple of weeks before we will come back. As many people do go into hibernation during the holiday weeks. It makes sense. So that's the game plan right now. Could change, but I think that's what we're planning on doing. This will not change. We're going into the third period here as the Woodstock Academy Centaurs, Simsbury Trojans tied at 1 in this home opener for the Woodstock Academy Cooperative Program. And interesting stuff. I think we both said it. That third period kind of and now we see what comes out here in the third.
Yeah, it sounds like in the Hamden game, that third period, they kind of ran out of gas a little bit, so we'll see what happens here. But, I mean, great way to start our winter sports broadcasting season, a 1-1 game going into the third period.
1-1 into the third. We like those games. There's no question about that. And obviously, Juliet Hammer scored the only goal for the Centaurs in the first period, just 48 seconds in on an unassisted blast over the left shoulder of Georgia Calabro, the goalie for Simsbury. And then all the way, that lasted for about 14 minutes because with 51 seconds left is when Jane Curtis came in on a breakaway and put one over the left shoulder of Josie Hatch. It says to me these two teams are pretty darn even. Okay, there's no question Simsbury has the advantage in shots, 16-9, but 3-3 in the second period.
Yeah, and I think Woodstock, that's their game plan, kind of contain on defense, and even that Simsbury's had the possession, they haven't really been able to get a lot of quality shots off, and Hatch has been up to the task when they have.
So here we go. Just about ready to go as both teams now back out on the ice, taking a quick skate before starting this one, after the Zamboni did its work anyway.
One of my former baseball players driving the Zamboni, I realized.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Nice.
Steve Allaire, yeah.
Oh, there you go. Was he, let's put it this way, did he have a good sense of direction about it? You never know with a Zamboni.
He did, and it's great, coaching for 20 years when you run into former players and see where they are in life and stuff like that. It's nice.
Woodstock Academy, by the way, the girls basketball program will open its season on Monday. Yeah, they have a girls game on Monday, but they're on the road. They'll be at Ellington on Monday at 6:45. So just like to point that one out as well. Not all games take place at home, but the girls start on Monday. And as we said, the girls hockey team is busy over the next couple of weeks too. During the break and everything. And in fact, they start again on Wednesday with Fairfield Ludlow. So a couple days off, not a lot of time to practice. And indeed, it's difficult when you lose your practice ice because you don't have ice to practice on. It's not like a basketball team where you find something else.
Yeah, and you know what? Not being able to practice early in the season too is really got to be frustrating. Coach Bosk was talking about that a little bit.
So you kind of get it done on the fly, as the saying goes. Carnes will come in again to face off here for the beginning of the third period for Woodstock Academy. And she will be faced, I would believe, by, this will be Nigro coming in. Catherine Nigro, who owns the only 2 visits to the penalty box so far today. She's visited us a couple of times already for Simsbury. Puck is in the center of the ice. Nigro kind of poked her stick in there and is picked up there by the Centaurs. And back we go. This is Bonner looking ahead. Gets it over to Macy Karate. Karate sends one in to the left side of Calabro, the Simsbury netminder. Here's 2-on-2. A little bit of a breakout for Simsbury, but they lose control of the puck as Rose Calabro just could not hold on to it. And the Centaurs were able to push it back the other way. After it is Karate. Picked off by Jacobs. Jacobs back behind the net. Jacobs works it back over to close to the point. Poked back in by Karate. Back behind the net, it's working right in front. And that one is a save by Calabro off a shot by Karate.
Yeah.
That was really close in quarters.
Point blank right there. Didn't get much on it looked like. But
that was the problem. She couldn't get much on it, and Calabro was right in front of her. So it will be a face-off to the right side of the Simsbury keeper. On that face-off is Grace Lescott for Woodstock Academy. Picked up there by Mutarelli, who gives it up. Over to Petrus. They work it around the far side board. Sent back in by Woodstock and a shot and save from the point. Off the shot by Mia Auger, the save by Calabro. Couple of shots early for the Centaurs.
And I think that's what they have to do, just throw it on goal and hope something happens.
Lescott again on the face-off for the Centaurs. Against Berger, puck comes loose, picked up there by Mutarelli, again back behind the net as they try to get it out of their own end. Simsbury will succeed in so doing as Berger brings it down the ice. Berger over the blue line. Berger looking for help, has to pull up. There was nobody there with her. Lescott picks it up for the Centaurs, tried to work it along the boards. Berger with it for Simsbury. Looked at Mutarelli, then decides to send it back the other way. Lescott behind the net, picked off by Simsbury there as they try to work it around. Simsbury trying to get back into center ice. Fire and a save there by Hatch. Off the shot by Petrus. Into the corner it goes. And working their way back out, the Centaurs briefly. Hard hit. Puck comes loose. Right in front of us is Curtis. Player with the only goal for Simsbury. Picked up by Paige Hinckley. Hinckley sends it in. Picked up there by Simsbury again over the blue line. Back to center ice. Here come the Trojans. Knocked away briefly from Calabro. Gets it back. Goes down on the ice at the same time as it works its way behind the net. Picked up there by Simsbury. Quickly in there was Hinckley. Knocked away by and sent back in. Back behind the Woodstock Academy net by Simsbury as they work back behind there. This is Calabro fighting for it. Coming out with it was Nigro. Nigro turns and tried to fire. It was deflected right in front, and Hatch has to cover that one up. Nigro got that one in. I didn't see exactly who got the rebound touch, but Hatch was up to the task.
And the penalty is expired now for Juliet Hammer.
Okay, so Hammer is back on the ice after the misconduct penalty. Cost her a lot of time in the penalty box. She got some time to do some puzzles and a few other things. To the right side of Josie Hatch. Puck along the far side. Picked up there by Simsbury. Here comes Hammer on the puck. Something tells me she's going to be, well, actually, it was Govea. Yeah, well rested, but also a little, shall we say, hungry?
Yeah.
Now, that one was Hammer with the puck there. I just love the name for hockey, you know, Hammer. Put the hammer down, you know. Near side boards to the right, to the left side of Hatch as the puck comes loose and picked up by Ellery Sampson. Sampson fighting for it. Again, it's kind of lofted away and picked up by the Centaurs. Here's Gouveia bringing her way up the ice. Gouveia tried to get it to Biondi. Both of them go down, both Gouveia and Petrus down on the ice. And the puck is along those boards still. Picked up. Does Biondi get it? No, still along that corner. Going to have to keep an eye on the TV screen here as there's a lot of people standing up on the other side. As the Trojans able to send it down the ice, Jacobs does so, picked up by the Centaurs. They'll just kind of let it slip back into their own defensive end before they flip it forward. Biondi picked off by Jacobs. The two of them collide along those far side boards, and Karate comes out with the puck. Karate tries to work away around the blue line, gives it back to Mia Auger at the point. Around the net it goes. Karate was chasing after it, picked up by Gouveia over on that far side. Back behind the net. Karate still working for it. Around the corner it comes. Calabro was looking for it, couldn't get to it. Picked up there by Simsbury briefly as it's tied up along the boards. 3-4 players in there.
I've seen that a few times.
Yeah, it's like a little party they have set up.
Squirted out.
Yep. Karate tried to get a skate on it. It does poke out of there. They sent it along the boards. Picked up and kept in by Woodstock Academy. Mia Auger was on the puck. Now Sampson is on it. That was close to an offside. I think it should have been, but we're not going to make that call here, right?
Well,
that one eludes Hammer, and it'll be an icing call.
That might have been the longest we've seen them sustain it in their offensive end tonight.
For a while. 10:38 left to go here in regulation. 1-1 the score between Woodstock Academy and Simsbury.
It'll come back down to that end again after the icing call.
These two teams meet twice a year, and they do so very close together as they have done the past 2 years. They will play again before the holiday break comes to an end. Back the other way. This is Curtis. Curtis fires. Right over the right shoulder. Did that one go in?
Yeah,
that one got in. So Curtis now with a couple of goals for Simsbury. That one just got over the right shoulder of Hatch.
Good shot there. Not much Hatch could do on that one.
Did they give an assist on that one? 3-7-2. So 7 would be Calabro, and 2 would be Berger. So a couple of assists on that one.
Berger's been in the middle of a lot of things.
2-1. That was a shot turned aside.
It was almost the same one the Hammer scored on last time.
Back along the blue line. Picked up there by the Centaurs. And then knocked away and picked up by Simsbury. Back they go the other way briefly, and it does get through on the boards. Chasing after it will be Juliet Hammer. Hammer bringing it down. Hammer turns on it. Knocked off the puck by Strolis for Simsbury. The two go sliding in, and we've got a call, and it's going to be a hooking.
Yep.
And that one will go against probably Woodstock Academy and probably Hammer again.
Shaking her head.
Yeah. She's going to buy some real estate in that penalty box. Yeah.
So haven't I spent enough time in here?
No, she gets the hooking call. Yeah, it comes with 9:50 left to go and a power play again for Simsbury. 2-1. The Trojans lead after the second goal of the game by Curtis.
Really can't afford to go down 2 here if you're the Centaurs.
Nope.
Big penalty kill here.
Sent in once again by Jacobs. Back behind the net it goes. Well, nice jump by the official. Shows some dexterity out there. From the point, they send it to the back of the boards. Picked up there by Simsbury. Berger able to keep it in. 5-on-4 again, power play. 9:26 left to go in this game. 2-1 lead for Simsbury over Woodstock Academy. Back behind the net, Simsbury works it, hands it off. Keeping it back underneath that goal line area, and they're still working it back there. This is Calabro right behind. Now it squirts out to the far side board, sent in. That one Hatch stopped, could not stop the rebound. But Woodstock was fortunately on that puck and all the way to the corner. Centaurs trying to waste some time here with a minute left in the Simsbury power play. Right in front, Hatch turns that one aside. Came out of the net to do so. Goes down to the other side. Picked up there along those far side boards. Centaurs trying to break out on a shorthanded situation. Here comes Ellery Sampson. Ellery battling against Curtis. Ellery with the puck. Back into the middle, bounces around. Oh, coming in. Biondi just could not get a stick on it. She was coming in, but the puck was bouncing, and she could not get the stick on it.
Yeah, Calabro didn't really corral that one.
No.
Loose in front of the goal.
One of those knucklers that just was bouncing around. This is Lescault on the puck right now for the Centaurs. Actually, Auger gives it up to Macy Karate. Karate works up the ice with Carnes. Macy Karate back behind the net.
Killing some clock on the penalty kill here.
Yep. As they work it back around, it'll be sent in front, but it'll be picked up by Carnes. Carnes had it deflected. Karate back behind the net. Karate goes down on the ice. The puck goes down. We might have a call against. It will be a tripping call. I think this would be against Simsbury. They effectively killed the penalty. Yeah. And now joining us in the penalty box is going to be, I think, Grace Jacobs. She gets called for the trip with 7:49 to go.
Woodstock's chance on the power play here.
Face off to the left side of Calabro.
Neither team has done much with the power play today.
No. Not many shots with the advantage.
Anything, Woodstock maybe had a better opportunity there.
Timeout called. 7:49 left to go here in the third period at the Jan Ice Rink.
Jewett City Savings Bank offers accounts that let you manage, spend, and save money the way you want. Plus, a team of neighbors you can turn to if you have questions or need support. It's the best of both worlds. To learn more or to open an account, visit us at jcsbank.com or stop by your nearest branch. Jewett City Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Creating art is a different skill set as opposed to the world of academia. It serves as a kind of playground for creativity that not only provides diversity in my life, but is also something I can then use to progress my other studies. Although one of my greatest joys is acquiring knowledge through my studies, it becomes easier to feel like a machine. Art, creating, brings back the humanity in society. It is a kind of communication that is internationally understood. My name is Maya Fraga. I'm a senior from Woodstock, and I am Woodstock Academy. For more information where you can spend your next 4 years, please visit woodstockacademy.org/future centaurs.
And we're back with you at the Jan Ice Rink. 2-1 the score in favor of the Simsbury Trojans over the Woodstock Academy Cooperative Centaurs here in the third period. 7:49 left to go. And if you're the Centaurs right now, you're getting a little bit more opportunities. And you have a power play for the next 2 minutes.
And their second power play was definitely an improvement from the first one today.
Yes.
So we'll see if they can carry that over into this power play here.
So the two teams back on the ice after a timeout was called. Carnes to take the face-off for the Centaurs. And the puck goes to the corner. Picked up there briefly by Simsbury as two get tied up. Carnes battling for it with Nora Walsh. The two of them tied up. Carnes got a stick on it first. Now Walsh gets a stick on it. Now we've got a whole bunch of people over there just battling for that puck. And they try to clear. Bonner will pick it up. Bonner at the point, sends it over to Biondi. Could not get one.
Oh!
Second one, got it. No! Woodstock Academy. Biondi could not get the stick on the first one, but did on the second. As we try to let the player out. Because that does effectively end the power play. A power play goal for Biondi off of that one. We'll just have to see if they give an assist. Because it popped out in front. Biondi hit the first one, but it just kind of went up in the air. It was the second one that did it. Assist-wise, anybody? 4 is just goal. That's it. Okay, unassisted goal for Biondi. Her first goal of the season. Ties it up at 2 with 7:23 to go.
Another top shelf there.
Oh, yeah. If goals are being scored, they're being scored over the shoulder. Let's put it that way. All of them have been in the upper area. Puck goes back behind the net. Picked up there by Simsbury. And it'll work its way around. And coming out of there will be the Trojans. This is Berger hauling it down the ice as much as she can. Gets tied up along the near side boards. Pops out of there with it. That shot was a save. Another save by Hatch. Couple of saves by Hatch in there. I think Berger got the first shot and Curtis got the second.
A little dangerous there.
It was.
Hatch was able to secure it.
So 6 shots to 4 here in this third period, which is much more active than the second period was and kind of on a par with the first period.
Good action so far.
2-2 score. Back behind the net it goes. It'll be picked up there by the Centaurs. Ellery Sampson tries to clear it through. Picked up there, knocked back in by Jacobs for Simsbury. Tied up along those near side boards right underneath our camera person, Brad O'Connor of Oconcha Bar Productions. Back behind the net. Picked up there by Ellery Sampson. Ellery tries to send it forward. Could not. Sent back in by Simsbury. Shot save off the shot by Jacobs by Hatch. Bring another line change for Simsbury and for Woodstock Academy with 6.5 minutes to play. 2-2 the score if you've just joined us. Been interesting. Face off to the right side of Hatch, rolls across. Here's Bonner picking it up for Woodstock Academy. Kept in by Simsbury. They're able to send it back behind the net where it's picked up by a Trojan. That's Jacobs, or actually not Jacobs, number 4, Nora Walsh, who got on that puck. Worked it around the boards, but is picked up by the Centaurs. Chipped away at. Picked up by Woodstock Academy again. Back in the center ice area. Picked up by Nigro. Nigro flips it off the boards through Bonner's legs, and it'll be picked up deep in Woodstock Academy territory by Avery Nielsen. Along the boards, that one gets past Bailey Bowman, but is picked up by the Simsbury Trojans in their own end. Simsbury tries to turn and go the other way. This is Nigro skating on through. Nigro loses control of the puck, poked forward, knocked away by the Centaurs, back to center ice. Sent in by Jacobs. This is Nielsen back behind the net. Loses control of the puck right by Hatch. That puck is loose still back behind that net. I think Hatch had to make a save on one of those. It kind of came loose in the wrong place. Picked up by Mutarelli. She sends it in, backhand, and a save by Hatch. Puck is still loose. Another shot, another save by Hatch. That was tremendous off a shot by Nora Walsh.
Two beauties. Whoa. Two beautiful recoveries there.
Man, she was off to her left and had to dive back to her right and made the save.
She's not
nice
playing
play.
Like a freshman.
No.
Those are two big saves.
Big saves by Josie Hatch. 10 shots now for Simsbury. Hatch has been up to the task most of the time. This is Curtis who just kind of shovels it in, and Hatch has to make the save on that one. That was not one of her harder ones. Back behind the net it goes. Be picked up there by the Trojans. Right in front. This is Berger. Berger back behind the net. Picked up there by Simsbury. Jacobs. Ooh, picked off. But unfortunately, Lescott could not get ahead of steam going. Coming in and getting that puck, however, was number 18, Riley Faber. Back behind the net, however, picked up by Jacobs as Simsbury tries to clear and does.
Yeah, Lescott would have had a shot there if she could get on her stick.
Here comes Mia Auger. Auger sends it back behind the net. Picked up there by the Centaurs, roll it out from behind. They send it back in. The Trojans do. Jacobs is the first player to it for Simsbury. Back to center ice. It kind of goes by Hammer. Back on her side, behind her is Curtis, and we're going to have an icing call against Simsbury with 4:02 to play. Yeah, you'd have to ask the question, is there OT? I'm not really positive on this one, to be honest. Depends on the league, on rules, and they change them every year. I don't think they played. I don't know. Honestly, don't know. Carnes. We will know after this one, probably.
Let's hope we don't have to find out.
Exactly. Be nice not to. That happens the first game of the year. Because you think you know the answer and you find out it's wrong, so I'm not even going to postulate. Here comes Macy Karate on the break. Oh, taken away at the last second. Looked like she was going to have a chance to get in on Calabro.
Simsbury defended a nice job recovering.
Yeah, a
there.
little poke check in. That goes back behind the net. Nigro will track this one down for the Trojans. Kind of shoveled forward to Calabro. Rose Calabro, that is. Actually, that's Phelan. Kate Phelan is number 11. Sent in and shot that was turned aside. I do believe Hatch got a stick on that one from Nora Walsh. That puck is still loose. Macy Karate will track it down. Players' bodies are going flying everywhere. Karate, with the backhand, shovels it in front, and Calabro decides to just kind of sit on it.
Definitely a lot more action in this period than the second period.
No question.
Back and forth.
2-2 the score. 3 minutes left in regulation. Face-off to the left side of Calabro. Berger and Sampson. Puck comes to Berger. Shoveled backwards by Biondi, who has a goal for the Centaurs already today. This is Govea. Puck comes back the other way, picked up by Simsbury. Curtis, who has both of Simsbury's goals. The other way. Here comes a break. Here's a shot and a nice save with a left leg by Hatch. And did she cover it up? And the answer is yes.
Impressive,
wow.
Impressive.
She had the left leg, and then she was able to cover up the rebound. Wow. Not bad.
Coach Bosca jumping up and down for that save.
Oh, for good reason.
Blame him. Yeah.
That left leg was the only thing that was between her and the net, and she did a nice job with it. Now the face-off to the left side of Hatch. Puck is down. It'll be picked up by Ellery Sampson back behind the net. Back to the into the corner. Picked up there by the Centaurs, briefly anyway, and now they are able to clear it out. Jacobs will chase it down for Simsbury, but it'll be an icing call with 2:19 to go here in this third period. Been some tremendous saves by the freshman Josie Hatch out of Stonington. She's been everywhere.
Yeah, some extra reason for enthusiasm. You only have two seniors. You got a freshman goalie who's been outstanding.
Yep.
Future is bright.
Carnes and Berger. It'll come back to Trojans, and a send-in by Mutarelli is caught by Josie Hatch. Well, they certainly have the edge in shots, 15-5. But they do not have the edge in goals. It's 1-1 here in the third period, and 2-2 overall. Carnes and Berger again to the left of Hatch. Puck comes down, goes to the backside boards. Bonner was chasing after it. Picked up there by the Centaurs briefly, sent back in by Simsbury. This is Jacobs, who sent it back behind the net. Picked up there, right. That was Hatch, who made one save off of a little Curtis dump in. Back along those far side boards with 1:50 to play. This is Curtis going after it. Got to watch for her.
Yeah.
Along this near side. And chasing it down and coming in and knocking away. The puck was just knocked away from Ireland Wilford at the last minute by the defense. I think it was Mutarelli who got her stick on it first. Changing here for Simsbury as the puck comes flying over the top and rolls all the way down. Mia Auger, there is no icing call. Mia Auger on the puck for Woodstock Academy. Back out to the blue line. Knocked back in briefly by Nigro, picked up by Govea. Govea bringing it up the ice, knocked aside from her. The two fight over the puck, and it will be, puck is loose and back at center ice. The other way it goes. Nigro trying to track this one down. Nigro back behind the net for Simsbury. Turns the corner, looks to send it in, still looking to send it in, but it was knocked off her stick. Picked up there by Simsbury. Back to the point. Sent in by Petrus. Deflected by a Woodstock defender. Biondi picks up the puck. This is Govea right at center ice. Govea loses control. Picked away by Mutarelli. Back to center ice. Mia Auger takes it there. Sends it back in. Sampson could not corral it. Simsbury's defense. Final 35 seconds of regulation. Here is Mutarelli. Back over the blue line. Back into center ice. Auger able to keep it in, but poked in by Nigro. Here's Hatch all the way out to get it. Hatch out of the net, and it goes down. She had the puck caught on her skate. She fell down, but fortunately, the puck didn't get anywhere near the net.
Yeah, Hatch was forced to come out very far to get that and kind of swung and missed a bit.
And she stepped on the puck, I think, as well, which kind of made her go down. Right in front of us is Curtis. 2 seconds to go. Curtis works it over, will not get a shot off. And that ends regulation. Now, does that end the game? It might. Or do we have, we are all looking around. Like, do we have OT in this league or what? Is there OT? Is there OT?
I believe so.
We're guessing that there might be OT. But the discussion is being made. I don't know if there is. It doesn't look like Simsbury thinks there's OT.
They're asking the refs. The refs are
Yeah, we're all okay, so I don't feel so bad anymore.
Now they're asking the coaches. Coach Roy's saying yes. Simsbury's saying I don't think so.
Yeah, because Simsbury's all out of the box.
Yeah.
They were ready to shake hands.
And I don't know that the refs know.
So there's a discussion.
But I think we're going 5-minute OT, I believe.
5-minute OT. Okay, that's what we're going to do. 5-minute OT.
I feel better when we're not the only ones that aren't sure what's going on.
We were all confused.
Okay.
I guess.
5-minute OT.
I guess, at least 5 minutes. Now, I don't know if they're saying 5 minutes before the start or just 5 minutes.
I'm guessing they'll go right back out.
I'm guessing.
2-minute break here, and then we'll 5-minute overtime.
Okay, we're going to take a break since they're taking a break. 2-2 the score. I guess we're going to overtime.
Hi, this is Jeff Busquet.
And Kaylin Busquet of Steve Busquet's Appliance and TV, your hometown appliance store. We've been committed to providing the lowest prices and best customer service in the area for over 35 years, and we are excited to continue this tradition at our newest location, now open at 600 Main Street in Willimantic. We carry and service your favorite and most trusted brands of appliances, TVs, and furniture.
We know you've all heard about back orders in the appliance industry, but at Busquets, our salespeople can find you what you're looking for in stock and ready to be delivered. Amana washers and dryers are only $4.89 each. Whirlpool front-load washers and dryers are only $8.49 each and can handle a king-size comforter. Frigidaire 18-cubic-foot refrigerators are only $6.75. And just arriving, a new batch of Scratch and Dent appliances at our Willimantic store. Scratch and Dent are brand new with a full warranty. We have 18-cubic-foot refrigerators for $5.99. Side-by-side refrigerators start at $8.99. And remember, at Busquets, we service everything we sell and take a year to pay interest-free.
Check us out at one of our locations in Danielson and Willimantic or online at BusquetsAppliance.com. Pay more, what for?
Just like to remind you, Busquets Appliances and TV, Danielson and Willimantic right now. Black Friday sales continuing on televisions and washers and dryers and refrigerators. And speaking of continuing, we're continuing with hockey here at Woodstock Academy and the Jan Ice Rink at Pomfret School. 2-2 the score, 5-minute golden goal overtime. Is what we have now been told entirely. So we're not feeling so bad anymore about not knowing about the overtime rule because no one else did either. So here we go. Back along behind the net. Down goes Bonner, taken down on the play. The two collide, and now we have about 5 players over there again in a scrum. Adding another sport to the mix. We'll put scrum in there, too.
Rugby in there, yeah.
Why not? We got everything else in here so far today. Back around behind the corner. It'll go along to those far side boards. Bonner kind of flipped it to the board, picked up by Simsbury back behind the Woodstock Academy net. And we have another scrum. And this one will be won by, Simsbury briefly. I think Calabro got most of that one, but it's tossed out of there and will go all the way down to the Simsbury end. Will they call icing is the question. The answer is no. As it works its way around the boards, picked up by the Centaurs briefly, back behind the net. Tossed around. It'll come back out to the point. Here come the Trojans. And back the other way with Curtis. 2 goals already for Curtis today. As this one will be picked up and sent the other way. Knocked back the other way by Simsbury. And here's Curtis again trying to break free. Can't do so. Picked up by Biondi. She has a goal today as well. Biondi coming in. Biondi taken down on the players. They're going to be a call.
No, they're looking for
call. I was kind of looking for one as well.
Yeah,
to
Coach
be
Roy
honest.
threw his hands up saying, why is that not a penalty?
There's a shot and a save by Calabro. Off the shot by Paige Hinckley. First shot in this overtime period. 3.5 left to go. And it's going to be just a 5-minute period. And now we have an icing call. So, again, just 5-minute overtime is what they're calling it.
I'm guessing Simsbury did not play in overtime against Fairfield Ludlow.
I guess they did.
Because they came out thinking the game was over. So
they were ready to go home.
The last game, they ended up tied 5-5, and I'm guessing they did not go to OT in that one.
I'm guessing you're right. So I guess we decided here, 5-minute overtime. Puck is down just to the left side of Calabro. Back behind the net it goes. Centaurs battling for it, back behind. They work it around. Forward it goes, over the top. Picked up there by Paige Hinckley. She'll send it back the other way, right onto the stick of a Simsbury player. Coming right up the middle for Simsbury. It was number 21, Mutarelli. She brings it off to the side. Now over and shot and save. Walsh from the point that was turned aside by our friend, Josie Hatch. who has had a tremendous game in goal for Woodstock Academy. Nigro trying to track that one down for Simsbury. That puck is along these near side boards. Jacobs was going after. I think the puck went into the box. 2:37 left here in overtime. The face-off will be just to the right side of Hatch. Coming over to take the face-off will be Auger. Well, maybe not. Instead, Paige Hinckley against Berger. Berger sends it over to the near side board. Picked up there and fought for along those near side. It's not cleared out of there yet. Now it is. Back behind the net is Hinckley. Forwarded it, well, off a deflection. As trying to get it clear down the road, down the ice was Faber. Hinckley in on the play again. Now Faber. He'll be picked up there by, well, briefly by the Trojans, still by the Trojans, and now back to center ice. Going back after it is Mia Auger. Auger being challenged out there by Calabro, and it'll be an icing call. Offside or icing? Icing call.
Icing.
Yep, it did go through. With 2:04 left in this OT. Tell you, this 5 minutes was a lot longer than some other 5 minutes, especially you. Dan Vogt is battling a back spasm on top of it in the cold, which is just not fair. Oh, I hate to tell you, we have cleanup to do after this, too.
No,
So.
I'm aware. It's quite the setup we
Oh,
have
yeah,
to do to
we're
get
everywhere in this one, let me tell you.
But we got a good game here today.
Back behind the net was Mutarelli. It's picked up there by the Centaurs, attempted to be cleared, kept in by Auger. And back behind the net it goes. The Centaurs still controlling it and then sending it into the middle, but it was knocked away, then knocked back in. Back behind the net it goes. Ireland Wilford trying to go after it. The puck gets loose all the way around. O'Shea's going to have to track this down with Curtis right on her. Curtis is going to actually get there first, but O'Shea wins the battle because she's the second person in. And
yeah, O'Shea did a nice job boxing out there.
yeah, and Curtis kind of overskated it just a little bit as well. Right down in front of us, that puck goes back towards the Simsbury end. Mutarelli will let that one go down to Jacobs. Line switch for Woodstock Academy. Picked up there by Calabro for the Trojans. Sent back in by the Centaurs. Mutarelli back behind her own net. Last minute of overtime. This will be it for OT with 1 minute to play. And again, it's golden goal. If anyone scores here, it is over. This is Gouveia. Gouveia turns and sends. It was picked off by a Woodstock man. Defender, but a goal! Was it a goal by Woodstock? It was! Gouveia, I think, got that one right in front of the net. We're going to double check that. Picked right up in front. It could have been Biondi. It was sent in right in front, and indeed, it was number 8. Sampson. I think it was Ellery Sampson, but don't quote me. It was 47 seconds to go.
All right.
I think it was Sampson right in front of the net, watching Brad O'Connor. Was it Sampson? 8:22-26. So I think that's a good win for the Woodstock Academy.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
3-2 in overtime. Comes with 47 seconds to go in the overtime period. A big win for Woodstock Academy here against the Simsbury Trojans. Our stars of the game are pretty easy to tell, don't you think?
Josie Hatch,
Josie Hatch is one, and Ellery Sampson's
with the
other.
game winner, yeah.
Go get Elric Roy as well, so we're going to have you just open the door and make sure we get those 3 players. We're going to take a break. 3-2, the final score, as Woodstock Academy prevails over Simsbury.
Do you have questions about your retirement, such as when will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How can I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? If so, you're not alone. As a financial advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services, LLC, the O'Brien Group can help you find the answers with the exclusive Confident Retirement Approach. We will work with you one-on-one to understand your goals and discuss the 4 key needs of retirement, including covering your essentials, ensuring lifestyle, preparing for the unexpected, and leaving a legacy. From there, we will work together to develop a retirement roadmap with clear steps you can take to help you live more confidently today and tomorrow. Call me, Pat O'Brien, today at 860-208-9913. Our office is located at 50 Canal Street in downtown Putnam, Connecticut.
The Confident Retirement Approach is not a guarantee of future financial results. Investment advisory products and services are made available through Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, a registered investment advisor.
Okay, we are back with you here at Woodstock at the Yon Ice Rink, not at Woodstock Academy, but so used to saying Woodstock Academy. There's no question about that. But we have not one, but 2 stars of the game. So I think since Josie is blocking the doorway, we're going to have Josie joining us first. We're going to have you right into that microphone, okay, Josie? As we'll do a quick little video with both of you guys here, as well as having you live on the air. But first off, we'll let Coach come in here, too. We have a crowded box. Yeah. What can I say?
It's good news.
It's a good thing to have a crowded box. We like that. So first thing, Josie Hatch. Josie, just talk about the effort tonight with you in goal. You were challenged a lot out there.
Yeah. I think all around it was a really well-played game. Defensively, offensively, good communication, and it's what we've been trying to work on.
I've got to ask you about one set of saves where you went to your left and made a save and then slid to back to your right. How special was that for you? Because that was quite the effort.
It was a tough save, but I just try to find the puck and get to it as fast as I can.
You're only a freshman. How nice is it to be a starting goalie here?
It's pretty nice. I'm very happy.
Did you anticipate it?
No, not at all.
Not at all. We're going to have you pass the microphone over to Ellery Sampson for a moment here, because Ellery wearing the C proudly and getting the game winner, obviously. Talk about the game-winning goal.
Well, Coach was always telling us to crash the net hard because the goalie lets up a lot of rebounds. So once Soph shot the puck, I knew where I had to be.
You knew where it had to be. Yeah. Did you know it was going in?
I sort of saw it in the back of the net, and then yep.
How nice a win for you guys. It was a tough loss in Hampton. How nice a win here.
Well, we played 3 hard periods, and usually if we have more than 3 periods, we sort of let up because we're tired. So I think it's a good reflection on us that we just kept pushing.
Kept on pushing, no question about that. And you got to look at it from this point of view. Getting a win like this, does it help you through what is going to be a busy holiday season?
Yeah, I feel like this definitely boosts our confidence, especially with the week we have coming up. We have a couple of games and a lot of practice. So I think a win is just what we needed.
Coach, Dan, you got anything for these guys?
Being a co-op team, players from different schools and stuff, how do you feel the team chemistry has been for you guys so far?
I think our team, we always struggle at the beginning of the season with the different co-ops. There's new girls that we don't know. But even though it's only our 2nd game, I feel like we're already becoming a family again.
Josie, why don't you just, how tough is this on you coming up every day or every practice day from Stonington all the way up to Woodstock?
Well, I'm pretty used to it because for other other teams I've played for, it's around an hour drive, so it's not much different.
Not much different, right? Are you getting used to the team? You're only a freshman. Are you getting used to everybody on the team now?
Yes, everyone is really welcoming, and they make the locker room a lot of fun, and it's just a great environment to be in.
Congratulations to both of you. Ellery Sampson and Josie Hatch. Great job out there. We're going to pass the microphone over to Coach. If you guys want to go out that way, it might be easier. I know you guys want to change and everything like that too. Coach Eric Roy joining us once again here in the box, and for good reason. Big win. You got to like this one.
We battled back, started a 3rd period. We gave one up. We were down, and then this team just showed the resiliency. This team showed what they could do. Battled for the tying goal and then battled for the winning goal.
It was interesting that no one really knew the overtime rule.
No. Strange. I was reading the rule book this morning. I usually don't read the rules, and today I happened to read it and saw overtime. And
thank God you did. Yeah, because they were ready to go home.
They were going home, and I was like, what's going on here? And the ref even agreed. He's like, you do overtime.
Yeah, I mean,
worked out in our favor.
No one knew whether there'd be overtime or not.
I remember last year it burnt us once where we were going off the ice, and Amity had told us, no, we do overtime, then we lost. So turnaround's fair game.
Yeah, it works out this time, no question. And Ellery Sampson came through with 47 seconds to go.
47 seconds. She, just what we've been preaching all year: get to the net, get to the net, get to the net, and that's how she scored. Ellery, she'll score the dirty goal. She goes to the dirty area, so perfect goal for her.
No question. And Josie Hatch, for a freshman, played out of her head today.
Unreal set of saves. One with a minute left in the 3rd, like you had said earlier, left, right, sprawling. She makes the saves she's supposed to and the ones you wouldn't think she would. She does her job great.
You've got to be happy when you have something like that in the front of the net.
Makes it easier to draw plays when you know you got that behind you.
Coach, you mentioned being optimistic about making the state tournament. What is that, a point system? You need to have a certain amount of points, a certain amount of wins?
It's a point system. You get wins, points for wins, and then you take points from the other teams you beat. There's There's a mathematical formula that's way above my head, but just win.
I figured it was something. Just win, and
you know
if
you win, you're going to get in, right?
Exactly.
That's the way you look at it. Nice goal by Biondi as well in that second
her
period.
First career goal, just stepped up, fumbled with it a little bit, fought through it, got the shot off. All you can ask from her. I told her at the beginning of the game, shoot the puck, and she listened, and look what happened.
Yeah, you guys were outshot by a lot, but you kind of anticipate that, I guess.
That's our game plan going forward. We're not an offensive juggernaut. We're going to sit back, like in the second period. It was even play, but it was 5-1 shots. We'll let you shoot all day. We'll let you pass around on the outside. We'll take advantage, and that was the game plan today.
And it worked so far. I was just talking with them, of course. We said is this a good win going into what is a busy holiday season for you guys?
It's a huge win because it was a tough loss. Hamden, we didn't want to come here, lose again, going into a busy week, 2 games this week. Holidays, we have a tournament in Burrillville. There's a lot of games coming up, so it's good to get a win in your belt, start feeling festive, ready to go.
Ready to go.
Yeah, were you happy with the progression, the power play? The first one you had, I don't know that you got any action.
No,
there was nothing at all. The second one, you had a couple early shots and then not much, but then you scored in the third one.
We made a change where we put Biondo on the point. We figured we needed someone with a shot back there, and it happened that the puck found her. But yes, definitely this group of girls, they listen, they work, and they understand the game where they know changes are needed, and they work well.
They work well, no question about it. Congratulations.
Congrats, Coach.
Great win in your home opener for the season.
Congrats.
Eric Roy, the head coach of Woodstock Academy, as they prevail over the Simsbury Trojans today in overtime, 3-2. Juliet Hammer scored the first goal just 48 seconds into the game. It was tied on a goal by Jane Curtis with 51 seconds to go in the first. In the second period, there was literally very little of anything, okay? And then in the third period, all heck broke loose again. Curtis scored with 10:25 left in regulation, tied up there by Biondo on a power play goal with 7:23 to go in the match. And then, of course, in overtime, it went after everybody figured it out, and Ellery Sampson comes up with the game winner with 47 seconds to play. Not a bad win.
Great way to kick off the winter sports season.
If they're all like this, we're going to be happy.
Yep, it was a good one to do.
Speaking of which, we're going to be back with you on Wednesday, most likely 5:30, Woodstock Academy against Suffield in a boys hockey contest, the season and home opener for the Centaurs. And then Thursday night, boys basketball home opener against St. Bernard. Friday night, girls basketball home opener against Ledyard. Yeah, it's a busy week. What can we say? For our great engineer and camera person, Brad O'Connor, O'Conchabar Productions, thank you very much for joining us here today at the Yacht Ice Rink for Dan Vogt. I'm Mark Allard. Final score once again, Woodstock Academy Co-op 3, Simsbury 2. Have yourself a great holiday weekend. We'll see you again on Wednesday.
You have been watching Woodstock Academy Live. This copyrighted webcast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without authorized written consent of the Woodstock Academy. The Woodstock Academy would like to thank all our fans for your support, and we hope you've enjoyed today's broadcast. Today's game has been brought to you by
Jewett City Savings Bank, a member FDIC.
Girardi Insurance Services. The O'Brien Group, a financial advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services, LLC. The Mansion at Bald Hill. And Busquets Appliances in Danielson and Willimantic, with production support provided by O'Conchabar Productions, LLC. Remember, today's broadcast is available to be seen on woodstockacademy.org/live. This has been a production of the Woodstock Academy.